Good morning, Duster. Okay, so it looks like the American road trip has started. I need a screenshot of that. And yes, you are first. Embrace the blah blah blah. Road trip circumstances. Alright. Commences. I saw that. You literally just finished that freaking thing. I'm like, wow, it just started. You ate that up so quickly. You're ferocious. Knock these two races out real quick. This is for the boss. Actually, I can just come back to this. Nah, not gonna. Give more people an opportunity to hop on. You recommended the Stingray? Yeah, why not? It's one of the fans calling it out. Okay, one more this year. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that no-limit drag racing game. But to each his own. Oh, it says I'm offline. That's weird. Yeah, I just went offline. Give me 1 second here. In the game, that is. I think my internet connection is still good. Yeah, it's offline. What in the world? Synchronize? Come on. Okay, looks like I had a little bit of a hiccup there. Nope, I'm good now. I think I'm good. That was weird. Yeah, because, oh, that's right. It's supposed to force me to go into this here. Oh, so those 3 races were not really done. Interesting. Okay. So here's our ads. Let's go for the race. Yeah, I got to redo those. Basically, it was offline the entire time. And what I'm going to do is, because TikTok is recording this, what I'm going to do is just go on ahead and upload the entire event that I can finish. I think that last race is where I'm going to mess up and I'm going to be able to do the last one. Not bad. I like the body kit they put on this car. Because I'm pretty sure that is not the body kit, the painting on the body kit where it has these black silhouette parts. That was not a part of this car a long time ago. It used to be always just showing it as low as possible, no black extra stuff at the bottom. But it kind of slims the vehicle up a little bit. Yes, remember this part of the game, half of the game is racing bots. The other half is live racing. So there is, well, I don't want to say half. I want to say 40% of the game is you racing bots. The rest of the game is you doing live racing of some type. Live racing the section or live racing with an event, because there's two different kinds of live racing in here. Good morning, Gary. I remember these. I've never owned this type of Camaro. I've owned the older Camaro. So I have a respect for the Camaro, but I've never driven or owned any of the IROC types or this body type at all. I had a 76, which was two body types before this car. And I still remember, because this is when they had fuel injectors. I don't think when it started fuel injectors, but they had fuel injectors in this vehicle here. My Camaro was a 76 with a 4-barrel carburetor and a 350 dual exhaust. Oh my God, triple black. Yes, it was murdered out. I used to drive a murdered out Camaro. Black wheels. What do you call it? Black paint, black interior. It was murdered. And I loved it. This event is going smoothly, but of course this is the easy car. It's weird it keeps bouncing you out. That is actually a little... Oh, okay. Because I got to select my own car. So I'm lucky. I actually have not just my coffee in my hand, but I've got 3 of the 4 cars that we need here. Oh, hang on. You know what? Before I do that, let me bounce back real quick. I'm curious. Yep, that's what I thought. It's right there. Oh, yeah. We'll open that up in a little bit. What about here? We definitely do that there. Ooh, the double R. And, okay, so I do have an opportunity to get my hands on Tiffany. At least one of the Tiffany's. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. What about buy cars? Yes, sometimes it has a purpose for bouncing out like that, but I'm not a fan of it. Oh, that's New York. They got a Super Snake? Is it a different Super Snake than what I got? No, it's the same Super Snake. It's the same Super Snake. Okay, let me go over here. Yeah, New York is showing up now. Tiffany, this is the first one. Where's the other Tiffany? There's the other one, and this one says special offer. I don't like it when it says that. Yep, they want you to pay $20 for it. Yeah, no. They should really call that Orange Crush and not Tiffany. No. Well, hang on. Let me check. The Camaro is not free. The Camaro is free if you win the event. Yeah, I have test drives available for the IROC, but it is available only if you win the entire event. Wait, you left free Camaro? Okay, no. I haven't left yet. I just bounced away for a second. The other one. Wait, you said the other one? Duster says the other one. I have to trust Duster because Duster knows this stuff here. I don't know this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to tap on every one of these guys here. Oh, that one. I already have that, but I can get it again. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I think this was a car that was. Yeah, see, I already have one. I'm not gonna strip it though. I may strip it for the future. Tap away from that. But thank you, Dustin. I was not aware that they gave you that car this time. That's weird. Well, it's not weird. It's interesting. It's not. See, now I have two. Because one of them, all the cars that I got, all the cars are ready to run. I don't have to like do any work, so I'm going to be saving millions by not having to upgrade. Yeah, all you had to say was Quentin Camaro. I'm like, whoa. And then the Camaro that I had after this Camaro. This was a very nice Camaro. The one after this one, immediately after this one, was a really ugly Camaro. Everybody needs to Google it. 1976 Camaro. They were forced to put this weird chrome bumper on it. Everybody was upset about it. There's no way to make the car look pretty at all. It looks aggressive and mean, and like it wants to hurt you. But it was an awesome machine. Zakara, we cannot do a race right now. Right now, I'm on a little bit of a time crunch. That's why I'm in so early. But in other days, I will be able to do some live racing. I can definitely promise you later this week we'll be doing some live racing. And someone cursed about something or what? And also take in mind that CSR2 is oddly made. It's not really designed to be the best multiplayer, but it does have the functionality. This is one of my rarely used cars. I almost never use this car. Almost never. I see what you're saying, Duster. You're saying use the Stingray, because if you use the Stingray, you'll get stage 6 parts or whatever, infusion parts for Camaro as opposed to Mustang or other vehicles that I have that are elite vehicles. I'm picking up what you're putting down. This is 60 runs. There's no way we can do 60 runs in the time limit that I have, but I'm going to push as much as I can. So I believe the lock-in, the last call, because the game really pushes you to lock your cars in fast to finish the game. I believe the lock-in is at like 25. I'm getting a lot of Chevy stuff here. And if that's the case, it shouldn't take too long. Or am I thinking about a different event? I could be thinking about a different event. Oh. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Dustin. That is sensitive. Because the car like nearly exploded. We're just racking in the points right now. That's all we're doing. It's just, oh, here we go. Lock in number 2. Lock in number 2. And yes, I actually have 2 Stingrays. I'm not going to go for the first. I'm going to go for this one way over here. the weird thing about this is I originally downloaded this game years and years and years ago to help prevent me from racing in my Mustang, because I didn't want to have that I got the power race and all of a sudden start racing up and down I-87 and getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars tickets. I believe the playing this game has actually helped me do that, in my opinion. Yeah, a lot of these cars we have, so this is not going to be a difficult event. With me, my only issue is I don't have Tiffany. So because I don't have Tiffany, I'm going to have to roll for that. I actually think it was really nice of them to give us an event that is pleasant. For those that have played the game for a while. Because I was looking and seeing that the game was eating up a lot of my resources. A lot. I am playing on the iPad. I am not playing on the iPhone. The iPad is what, television shape, old-fashioned television shape, where it's bigger and it's not as long. That's the reason why you can see more of the screen. When I played on my iPhone, it would be like, widescreen, super widescreen. Yo, what's up, Ortiz? And the name of the game is CSR2. So apparently, for those that are just jumping in, the Quentin Brothers Camaro is free. And that was something I did not know. So now I have two of them. I might actually crush one. We'll just stack it on the gas, bring it all the way up to purple. Then we'll just have layers of gas to use. I have not played Racing Rivals. I think it is unavailable. But good news for you, if you're a big fan. The couple is still around, and they are working. They're currently in development, working on their next version of a racing game. It won't be Racing Rivals, so it won't be that name. It'll be something else. But the good thing is they are working on a new game, and they are claiming that they want to include pink slips. When you say money, do you mean like real money? Like I can race you for $10 and $10 US? Because the catch for something like that is it won't fly in other countries. It's gambling rules. Let's see how far we can get here. And if you guys saw my video the other day, oh no, game money. Okay, I like that. You can do game money in here too. I like that as well. One of the beautiful parts about the last video that I made was I talked about, I forget what I was saying because somebody was talking about money. bro spawned on 5th gear. I like to refer to that as double clutching. Basically, sometimes I just skip around. One of my coworkers was telling me about. I was showing him this game, and he's like, well, "Can you like double clutch it or a double shift? In other words, skip a gear?" He's like, "No, you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6." And he's like, "Oh, that sucks." But because of him yakking about it, and I realized that you can just double tap real quick to go through one of the gears, use the NOS to push you through that gear and get a little bit more power. And that was through a conversation with a coworker. Yeah, this car's gonna eat through this here. I'm actually not worried about any of the cars. Now I remember what I was going to say. I'm not worried about any of the cars that I was going to be using except for Tiffany. But if you guys watched the previous video, I was saying that you get an opportunity, here's another lock-in, to collect a little bit of, what do you call it? To collect a little bit of elite resources. Oh man, the weather is everywhere. Don't worry, it's not COVID. It's not COVID. The weather is just everywhere. Oh, they should have put him down and did not finish. That's what they did to me one time. How long have you been playing? I've been playing this game since before it came out. I played the original CSR, so I've been playing the full 7 years of this game, which is CSR2. So I know the game mechanics of both of them. This one has better mechanics, better appearance, and it also has some augmented reality, which is just next level gameplay. But at the same time, it has no gameplay functionality. They have augmented reality here. I think it's one of the reasons why the game is still around. But for now, there is no purpose for gaming with the augmented reality. It's just for, it's just eye candy. And if you own the car, if you have the digital rights, aka own the car in the game, you can get that car augmented reality into your house, garage, yard, or whatever, which is awesome. And I looked around. Nobody else is using augmented reality like that. At one point, Honda motorcycles, they actually had an augmented reality feature to put the motorcycles in your, to do augmented reality of the motorcycles in your garage to let you see what it's going to look like if you bought it and put it in your garage, like real life garage. And I thought that was kind of cool. But they have since taken that down. But when I saw that, I was like, wow, the augmented reality has so much potential. Oh, we got a hack. We got a. Now, Ortiz, are you talking about hacking and everything at Ortiz? You use Scarlet. Oh, so guys, we don't talk about hacks. That's how you get blocked on here. So we got bounced out again. Yeah, and we don't want people to use hacks of any type. Mainly because when you get blocked, when you get banned from the game, you will literally lose all of the work you've been working on for a long time. For me, it'll be 7 years of work just gone. Ortiz, are you there? Ortiz, are you there? Ortiz. I think his hack has failed, and he is now gone. So one thing we don't do is we don't talk about hacks. We don't share how to hack stuff. I'm actually going to confirm. It's not going to happen. You want to talk about hacks and all the other stuff. That's fine amongst yourselves, but do not talk other people into hacking stuff. You want to join a crew? Join a crew. You want to talk about, hey, you need some help with something? Talk about that. You want to talk about how to hack something, which could possibly lead to emptying out your entire bank account? I'm not going to let that happen. It's Labor Day in the United States of America. Enjoy Labor Day. Yeah, 400 is a little outrageous. I've got a Lexus LFA that does 480 miles an hour. It is not the fastest car, in other words, getting across the line the fastest car that I have, but it does take a little bit of momentum and time to get up to that 480. But it is the fastest in miles per hour and getting across before it crosses the line. Because I think it only does like 7.5 seconds in a half mile, whereas the other guys can do 6.9 or something like that. So we're getting closer and closer to the last lock-in, which I believe is race 25-ish. Yeah, the crew that I'm in, they are full. We just had to get rid of a moron a couple of days ago. Yesterday, actually. We decided to activate a wild card at 2 o'clock in the morning while everybody else was asleep. Just get upon himself, thought that he was going to activate a 70% wild card and get as many points as he could to show us how tough and great of a gamer he is for a 2-hour run. If you activate it at 2 o'clock, that means it ends at 4 o'clock. So he's going to play from 2 to 4 and play his hardest during that time. And I'm like, yeah, they kicked him out. Well, yeah, I know the boss who has the crew. I know he knows how to. He should know how to lock the crew and everything, but that's one of his decisions that he has not done, because he kind of wants it to be open so anybody can really join. But remember, there is a 48-hour lockdown where a new person, once you join a crew for 48 hours, you cannot activate a wild card. You have to activate it on the third day. So for this guy to be in there for the third day and then activate it was a bit of a pain, and he had the note at the bottom in green saying, "Do not activate." He did it anyway. And then he got snippy about it. That was a weird thing. He got snippy. But yeah, it was only a 70%, and we generally recoup very, very quickly from mishaps like that. So we should be fine. Still waiting on Juju and a couple other dudes to actually. Let me go check on Juju. He does participate. There's a guy named Juju in the group. He does pop up and participate. I think we should have kicked Juju out a long time ago, but it's not my place. I stay worry free too, by the way. That's one of the beautiful parts about me. Yeah, Juju hasn't done anything. It's like he waits for a little while and then he just kicks in and then he starts pushing up. But we only have two people that are a little wonky. But I know Juju is he's gonna wake up. I don't know about H2O man. I don't know about him. Yeah, this is where I am right now. I don't think that's accurate. Give me a second. Give me a second here. And that one. You can see a drawing too that I'm working on. It's a nice drawing. There we go. See how accurate this really is. Get over here. Oh no, that's pretty accurate. I am 181, so I'm in the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my car should be in here. Oh, there it is. Way over there. Way over there. I'm creeping up. I'm creeping on the come up over here. There's my other buddies. Ooh, everybody's got their Quintons locked in. Oh, he has not. He only locked it in and is at 0. What about the other dude? I'm curious now. He has at least slapped on some parts. Okay. And what about the boss? Where's the boss's Tiffany over there? He's got the green Tiffany and he's got it ranked up pretty good. Okay. It's not bad. Yo, what's going on? Okay, so Race Pass is tripping on something. Bingo. Just the daily stuff. I'm going to work on that on a personal note there. There we go. So that's enough. Okay, make sure everybody does. Yeah, so we are hurting a little bit because of the idiot, but we'll still be fine. Because usually the last day or two, we just burn the last of the wild cards because they don't have a purpose. Especially that 3-hour one, we just burn it on the last day. Everybody just push whatever they can. Do you have F9 cars? F1, I think you mean F1 cars. I do not have F1 cars. There is 1 or 2 in the game. I think it's Mercedes. I've seen it, but I do not own it. So at any moment, we're going to get hit with needing a fourth vehicle. And I got my fingers crossed, hoping I can get this vehicle. Oh, this might be it. Yep, this was it. I got pulled out. And now it's time to... Yep, I can pay $20, which I'm not going to do. These are all my other locked-in cards, or I can go for this Tiffany here. This is horrible. Because I only have enough for 5 shots. Enough for 5 shots. Oh, Fast and Furious. Oh, you got to spell these things out, man. I do not have any Fast and Furious cars. I hope this is Tiffany. There we go. We got our hands on Tiffany. Oh, that is nice. When you look at it from that angle, that's pretty sexy. Very darn sexy right there. Now, I think they call it Tiffany because the color itself, the patina color, literally looks like Tiffany and Company. Yeah, Duster, this is like actual luck here. So let me go ahead and slap some stuff on here real quick. Remember, the best way to make money is to save money. I will be doing this. Doing This transmission? No, go for the transmission. Doing this. Doing this. Doing this. Haven't spent a single dime just yet. Doing this. Gotta wait it out. Come back over here. Oh, you don't have any more. Okay, that's cool. So now I gotta start spending cash. Dagnabbit. Okay, this is just a rough start, but oops. There we go. My account has like 50 million garage value. 50 million is good. 50 million is really, really good. You don't want to see the value of mine. This is in the garage. Oh, it's a specific garage. I was trying to brag. Give me a second. I'm trying to brag, guys. There we go. You don't want to see the value of my garage. Give it time, and you'll have a ton too. Give it time. Okay, so let's get into this here. So we're gonna lock in Tiffany. So yeah, pure luck. Yeah, normally I don't finish it because I think 2 years ago or whatever I came back. It was when it had the Mustang Mach-E 1400. I'm still mad about not being able to get that Mustang. I tried so hard and got nowhere. But in my heart, I was really, really trying. And I was trying to get like 1400 to get the Mustang, and it just did not work. I did everything I could, except for reaching my pocket and pay money. But you couldn't. It was a super rare car, which is one of the reasons why the Ford van, it was so important for me to get the Ford van. That super van that they made, because I'm like, I'm not going to let another Ford pass me by. Yeah, this game can be very, very addictive. And now that they've made some adjustments on the back end, you can play this game 25 hours a day. There are no buffers. Like literally 25 hours a day is what you can do now. Mainly because if you run out of gas used to be the buffer. You can watch an ad, or you can just pay for it. And now they're using coins to pay for gas. Gold, the original CSR, they did a weird thing with them about 24-hour gas, like unlimited gas for 24 hours. I was like, that was the beginning of the end. That's when this game became not a death scroll, but a life suck. Well, and the fastest car runs only 9.9 flat. Now, just to let you know, some of these cars you can actually go faster than what the dyno says. You just gotta be able to fit it just the right way. And hang on, I'm gonna get a little bit more coffee. Be right back. Okay, I am back. I came back really, really quick, so I don't have any sugar. bitter hot coffee in the morning. So it's 8:04. Let's see if that other person that lives in this house is ready to get up and start doing stuff. I don't know. We'll find out. But if I can finish this here in one sitting, that will make me very, very happy. Ooh, this thing is tweaking. This is our weak vehicle. But I might not have to do that much. Worst comes to worst, I throw some fusion parts on here and we call it a day. I'm still glad that I did not get Tiffany in the past, because I was able to basically get her now. Tiffany is the red truck. The green truck we just ran a second ago. Let's see what's going on here. So now all the cars are locked in. The next few races is really just collecting the spoils and bumping everything up. At the end of the day, I'm going to end up with 5 gold keys and I believe 6 of the silver elite tokens. And Ethan, this was the last race we just did, that was actually a tag team race. I forget what you call it. But it was a race where it's more than just one car. So the performance of Tiffany was okay. Wasn't the best, and that's okay. Yeah, I think we can do the whole entire run here. Tiffany is weak. There we go. No doubt. Blah, blah, blah. We're supposed to read the story. I don't know if you guys know that, but we're supposed to read the stories. So what I'm going to do is, just to let you guys know, on the left-hand side, I'm going to tap this real quick here. On the left-hand side, when you have these races going on and you start collecting things, you are given the option to see that, hey, I can throw a stage 6 on there to make the under pressure faster. I have upgrades available for Tiffany. And you actually have the ability to come over here and do a tune, do that in the middle of a race. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to worry about under pressure, because I know it's a beast. Ooh, looks like my Apple Pencil needed some charge. Yeah, 6. You know what? I waited for somebody to sue these guys for not giving us enough resources to even play this game half the time. Because I think about all the resources that I have available is because I've played for such a long time, and then I've gone back and started using those resources. Other people might not have had that ability. Oh, snap. That was bad. That was a bad start. But under pressure was so fast, it doesn't even matter. Because in the end, it doesn't even matter. Check if you're a type. Under pressure is probably not tuned. Pretty sure it's not tuned. And I've got a stage 6 part available for it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to come in here and we're going to, I hate putting these things on right now when I'm just going to go for the greens for right now. go. Come over here to my buddy. Bingo. So right now you guys gonna see me do super gaming. That's what we're doing. We're doing super gaming right now. That's when we just run through a whole bunch of stuff at one time. Come over here. What do you say? You're saying 13 out of 60. This is 40 out of 30. 30 is a lot. You're asking a whole bunch from an old dude like myself. That's a lot. These Mustangs have a reason. They have a purpose in life. Come on. Ooh. That was Judge. There we go. We're doing a sidebar here. There we go. Now, if it looks like I'm doing something really weird, it's because I'm using up some resources. This vehicle cost me $30K in the game, which is really, really cheap. And what I'm doing is I'm setting up race pass. This is not a glitch. This is not a hack. This is simply doing what the game asked for. So now we have 31 out of 60 that has been completed. Same thing over here. I believe I can go in and... because this is the reason why I bought these cars. I bought these cars just to upgrade. Just to manipulate and take advantage of Race Pass. Not to hack it. And I'm using a tier 1 car, which is far cheaper than using a tier 5 car. But you gotta be cautious because sometimes, milestone reach. What's going on over here? We are at, oh, it's paused right now because those parts need to be imported. So I need to hold off on that. And something else happened over here. There we go. Oh, we got a milestone. There we go. I'm gonna take that. Walk away with that. Over here looking at the screen. Welcome to CSR TikTok. Absolutely. So I definitely wanted to go in there and bump up Tiffany just a little bit. That was the purpose for us going back for a second. Once we got Tiffany pushed up just a little bit, we'll be able to knock out some of the... Ooh, that's beautiful. What is that? It's a BMW. With a nice kit. It's not an ugly kit. I don't like war kits. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a fan of war kits. Yeah, you know what? That is always a shame when they get one of your favorite cars and they make it pay to play. Because some parts of the game is pay to play. If you want to play this part of the game, you got to cover up the cash. A lot of people don't want to do that. I know me. I'm a little stingy. We're still at $170 for the last 7 years of gameplay, so I'm a little stingy. User 3868466385696. I'm glad you have the game. It's a really fun game to pick up and put down whenever you feel like it. No pressure, no problems. You ever go to St. Lucia? It's a great drink. No pressure, no problems. Oh, no. Okay, so that was bad. Oh my God. Oh, that was real bad. That was so bad. It was so bad. They gave me the DNF. Oh man. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna put a tear on that one right there. Put a little tear right there. Oh my God. I did not finish. That's so bad. Whoo. Okay. Yeah, prices do differ from region to region. Um, Dustin, I'm not at 224 yet, but if I buy the next car, which is what do you call it? The Hooligan's car, the Escort, the Cosworth. If I buy that, I'll be at 200. That'll definitely put me at $200 for 7 years. So working on it. I mean, it's definitely up in the air for me to get, but they gotta spit that game out. Not that game. They gotta spit that car out. That's the catch. So let's go to Tiffany. You know what? Just realized something here. I'm gonna move this over. Oh yeah, the pink Porsche. Yes, the pink Porsche is nice. That pink Porsche, I've raced against that car before. I've lost against that car before. And I do find it to be an extremely interesting car. Very interesting car. For me, no. I am the core of my heart is Ford. Ford. Found on road dead, fix or repair daily. Fast, otherwise redeemable. That's me. That's me. I'm actually a Ford guy. I have to realize that. I mean, I came to this conclusion a long time ago that I am a Ford guy, and I say that because my first car was a Ford. The car before the one I have right now was a Ford. I've just always been a Ford dude. Okay, so the tire pressure is the only thing we can adjust on this bad boy here. There's no way we can. What's the tranny? Tranny is. It's got 5 hours. Yeah, so I've got to sit for 5 hours. Ooh, this is loud. So I figured I wouldn't be able to go as far as I wanted to. And I came in this year with 11 million. We're down to, I think we went up to like 13, and now we're down to 12 million, 11 million. I think this is where we're going to sit for a while on this game. Jump out of here, go and check my race pass, take a look and see what's going on over here. Where's my bonus, my boni? 39, 9 out of 30 and 39 out of 60. Yeah, I think we'll definitely hit one of the bonuses today. And I don't think, oh no, I can adjust my knots. So let's go ahead and slam that. 4 seconds. Whoa, 4 seconds? Wait a minute. That dude was doing 5 seconds. He was doing 5 seconds to 100. Oh, Fast and Furious vehicle. Got him. Okay, I just needed some adjustments, that's all. There you go. Come on, don't choke on me yet, buddy. Don't choke on me yet. At Mr. DY, second lock-in, GR Supra. So the second lock-in is truthfully any of your best elite vehicles. I had a huge selection of vehicles. We're talking about my Super Snake, my Supra. I believe the Mustang was in there too. basically any elite vehicle that you have. I mean, from the high-end elites to the T5s all the way down to the T3s I saw. So there's a lot of lock-in capabilities for that second race. And the first car is free. It was smart of them to give us the first car free because a lot of people ain't got that. I was lucky. Whoa. There we go. Hey, I just rolled Tiffany on the second roll. So the odds right now, are in your favor right now, buddy, because I don't always get good rolls on these keys. Sometimes I have to go to the last one. Get a consolation prize off the car. Yeah, if you wanna hold off on your keys, I do recommend that. If you definitely want to hold off on your keys, do that. Because especially if this event doesn't mean anything to you, don't do it. Because you can always save up for later. Let me see how much power I've got. I got 36% left on my iPad. What else can we do? Let's bounce out of here for 1 second. And this is for DZK Jordan. Jordan, I do recommend you do this here. This pops up 4 times a day, every 4 hours. I guess it's every 4. I don't know. It's every 4 hours. I don't know how many times it pops up a day. You do the math. I'm not doing the math. Definitely go in there and do your daily events, because what happens is you will be given gold keys for doing this here. Okay? Over time, you get gold keys. As you can see right now, I'm at race 2,140. I just started slamming into this here on a daily basis, multiple times a day, because it's most of the time they would give me 10. Right now, the game is kind of like easing off and saying, hey, 5, 5, 5. But before, it was giving me 10 for every one. Like right here at 3,000, it was giving me 10 gold keys. At the same time, make sure you do participate. I'm doing a gold run right now, guys. I'm doing a gold run. Make sure you participate in Race Pass, because while you're playing Race Pass, you will get 3 gold keys here if you belong to a crew. If you belong to a crew, give me 1 moment here. Dun, dun, dun. There's the crew right there. If you belong to a crew, a decent crew, it ain't got to be the best crew. Ain't got to be the best, just a decent crew. This is what's going to end up happening. Once you guys hit 9 million, you get 1 more key. And then once you hit 14,700,000, you get 2 more gold keys there. And then the very most important part, every single day, check in around 8, 9 o'clock at night or whatever. It doesn't matter. Or the next morning, it doesn't matter. You log in. This is a log-in bonus. On the 26th day, which was yesterday, you will get 1 gold key. On the 28th day, and it has to be uninterrupted. Every single day, you just turn the game on, turn the game off, and make sure you go to your inbox and collect this here. But you'll have 4 keys from this part right here. So, because I know I'm just yapping, but let me clarify this real quick here. Here, you're going to get 1 key, and here, you're going to get 3 keys. So you're going to end up with 4 gold keys just for logging in. Okay? So the game, at one point, the game was giving out 10 in that section. I don't know why. But for the most part, the game is giving you a slow path to collect gold keys. And there was somebody who asked for help on TikTok yesterday. One of the things, I'm always willing to help somebody, but when someone says, I need help, and that's all they do, I don't like that. Say you need help, and also tell me what you need help are. Like you've got 500 characters to say what the problem is. I worked in retail before, and there was this one lady. Her name was Virginia. And can we see your garage? I have too many cars to show you in my garage. I will promise you this here. There is a video that is on here already on TikTok that shows my garage up to about 60 something. I do plan on making a new garage video probably in the next couple of days. Ooh, dudes, dudettes, everybody in between. Fusion trial with the green. It's available again. This pops up once a week. I'm always happy to see that. It's Monday. Shouldn't we be getting bonuses today? What the heck? Doesn't matter. But yeah, Virginia, she used to pop up and, there's toxic. Because I was just about to use the word toxic. She was very toxic. She always needed help. And she would just scream out in the middle of the store, I need help! Somebody help me! Like somebody was beating up on her or something. And that's the way that feels. It feels like somebody just screaming out, I need help! And they're not saying what they need help with. You know? So, because if you look at the videos that I made a ton of videos already about different issues with the game and how to get over stuff. One of the things that I do is, if I see what your question is, I'll try to give you some guidance right there. Just like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. Or what I'll do is, if I see that it's such a small thing and easy for me, but it may be something that's happening to you and a bunch of other people, I'm like, you know what? I'll just make a quick video about this here. It's only take 30 minutes to make a video? 30 minutes is me trying to rattle it out of my head. 30 minutes is me recording the video or videos and then doing the editing and then putting it up on TikTok, because TikTok is a small format. It's portrait. It's fairly easy to make. I do this 20 times a day. Also, did you get? Yeah, some people will ask for help and stuff and they just disappear. And you know, like they're running around just screaming all over the place. It's weird. So that's the reason why, you know, if you want help, put it in the actual proper section where, you know, ask for the help, but tell what the problem is, because other CSR players will see it and they're going like, oh man, that's really easy. You just do this here and do that, because we generally are here to help each other. And really specific things like tuning, kind of difficult, especially for the older guys like myself who's played the game for a long time. Because I said this a million times already. The new guys are getting very different cars than we got, because nobody's getting the Lamborghini anymore. They're getting a Koenigsegg instead. The cars that these guys are getting are different from the cars that we have. So we can't help with some of the tuning because it doesn't match. And you're better off going to YouTube for specific tuning stuff. Thank you. I do try. And this is for Mac 2. I do try to make decent videos. But this right here, Mac 2, I'm going to just download this entire thing. Hang on. Maker Mac 2. I'm going to download this entire thing and just upload it as one single video. So you'll hear your name about 20 minutes or 30 minutes into the video. I got somebody messaging me. What is this person saying? I am here. Activity, checking. Yeah, and for everyone that's in the United States of America, today is Labor Day, and I just realized that the American road trip started on. Now I get why they did this here. They wanted it to be on today, so that there'd be a kid in the back seat of a car going to some vacation spot or some place to go eat barbecue or whatever, cook barbecue or whatever, playing this game in the back seat of a car. You geniuses at Natural Motion. That is a genius move to have this game start on Labor Day. When most Americans are traveling around from place to place, gassing up their cars, and you're seeing the fancy cars, and it's a nice sunny day today. I might go on the deck and tan a little bit. My wife is over here talking about how dark I am now, because I'm like 3 times the shade that I'm usually in. And my hands and face, they don't even match. Yeah, Dustin, I've been thinking about this exact same thing. Like I said, at least for me, I don't know about you, but maybe we could do this here. Every 10th garage, we just run through all of our garages and just, I do recommend that you go a little bit slower, Dustin. 3 to 4 seconds, and then the next screen. 3 to 4 seconds, and then the next screen. Because what I'm going to do is, I'm going to slowly watch yours. I'm going to put yours at 0.5, and we'll watch every single one and do some screenshots. I'm like, I just want to know what's in his garage. What's in your garage? That's the name of the video right there. What's in your garage? Hang on, let me write that down. I'm not going to do it like Dude Breakfast. Dude Breakfast. That was horrible. I do have another Dude Breakfast, by the way. Or is it Dude Lunch? I was using beef bacon. Dustin, I don't know about your food laws. I'm assuming that you have some food laws, but I'm pretty sure you have food laws. I'm a First Baptist. I have no food laws. I can eat anything I want. Bacon. Anyway, there is this thing called beef bacon. And that's what I had. I ate the whole freaking pack. Wife is mad at me because I ate the whole pack of beef bacon, okay? She's really upset about that. But it's the same cut as the pork, but it's beef, and it does use some brine, some salt, some salty stuff, or whatever. But there is no pork added to it, but it's just the flavors and the cut of bacon, but it's beef bacon. And man, I made a BLT the last 2 slices because they're really thick. For bacon, they're like thick slices. And the last thing I made was BLTs, and it was so good. Well, actually, I think it would be BBLTs. Yeah, I'm still saying it right, Duster. BBLTs, because it was beef bacon lettuce. I need to write that down. I forget what the other thing I was supposed to write down. Just circle on that. There we go. I think we're going to do this entire thing in one whole run. I can hear the wife in the other room. She's watching one of her shows or something. I can hear it. So I think we got this. I think we got all 60 runs. What is my favorite drink? I'm from the South. My favorite drink is always going to be sweet tea with lemon. I have a different variety of making sweet tea. Sometimes I go for herbal. I'll do Tazo's, which is spelled T-A-Z-O. I'll use Tazo's hibiscus tea, which is really nice, flavorful, and I'll add some lemon to it sometimes. And sometimes I'll actually mix it with the black tea that I have. So I'm really into drinking iced sweet tea. Just a huge variety of iced sweet tea. And it's mainly because I've been drinking it as a kid. I used to do the instant stuff, and it just didn't hit. and I had to actually boil it, like for real. This is like before the microwave, because there was a point where we did not have a microwave. I'm from that era where not everyone had a microwave, and like an idiot, I put metal in the microwave one time, and that was a shocking event. Anyway, one of the things that I just learned is it's better to just brew your own tea, do it slow, and then add the sugar while it's hot. There's actually some math and chemistry happening. And that math and chemistry is it blends in better, and there's no rocks at the bottom. And when you don't add the fruit while it's hot, but put it in while it's cold, and the ice is in there, it makes that acid just hits, and it really changes the flavor of the drink. And that's why I started getting into the herbal stuff too. You'll see me drink herbal teas. Another one from Tago that I really, really like is their wild orange, but it also has lemongrass in it, which gives it a punch. It's like, ooh, good stuff. Keep lemons in the house all the time. Okay, we got red. Why we got red? Why we got red now? Let's go check out this dude over here. Nope, we're not doing that. We burned a whole bunch of gas. That's a lot of gas. Now, for you new players, I do. Oh, it's not letting me do that. So we might have like a video game hiccup here. Yep, it's not letting me get gas. So what I'm going to do is give you guys a few moments of a drawing here. This is a drawing where there's a dude. See that right there? There's an angry dude here. It's gonna be like, there we go. Get that one right there. It's supposed to be green. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we'll fix that later. That's our live thing. Don't hit Reddit. Whatever you do, Carl, don't hit Reddit. How much power we got left? We're still at 33. We've only used 3% since the last time we checked. So that's good here. We're doing very, very good. Let's see if we can get some gas now. There we go. Got a little bit of purple. That's cool. Just stacks of gas. Hull for New York. Okay, let's go to the bottom here. Y'all, the Clinton car is free. Yep, dude just realized 14 minutes ago. Duh, dude, the car is free. Yeah, because 123 Diego, he was really worried about this here because he was like, I ain't got that car, man. And yes, so was Ceslo or whatever. Both of those guys were really worried about that car. I'm going to go ahead and put in here. What is it? The Camaro, C-A-M-A-R-O is not just free. I got two now, so it's free. It's free. Make sure I spelled that. The Camaro is not just free. There we go. Put a comma right there. You young people, make sure you use your punctuation because it matters. Punctuation matters. There we go. Done. It's free. So let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, someone said send him $1. Give me a second. I'll send you something. Q. Block. There we go. Nobody's sending him $1. I just blocked dude. Don't jump into this freaking. This is a video game thing where people are trying to entertain themselves with knowledge of the games, and you're talking about give me some monies. Knows. And, oh, shoot. Pause. Race pass. Let's see what's going on. All right, the game is pushing these things out. I'm at 53 out of 60. And what about over here? There we go. I thought, oh, ART. There we go. Free, 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 free. So one thing I will not do while you guys are in the game is I will not do ads. You know what, Dustin? I was just thinking about this here. I should have chose a different vehicle. I would have still had some good speeds. But now I'm going to start getting stage 6 part for a car that already has everything maxed out. Like, that car is, like, seriously maxed out. Crazy. How was the mouse on the car? I still have not done anything with that mouse. It's a question mark in my head. I know the car you're talking about. It looks really good, too. It's the BMW. Where is it? This one right here. I still have not done anything to it. I really like the way it looks. I just have not done anything with. I like the company, Pandem. I like their styling. I think this is actually impressive. We can get into the hood. I really like the engine work that they did, where they actually painted the engine cover too. That's actually really nice. I don't see anything wrong with this vehicle here. It's got a roll cage. I'm not going to cry about that. But the trunk opens up too. Really happy about that. I mean, this car seems very, very functional. I understand that it's lowered. It's got a little bit of a stance to it. I understand that. But man, this is not a bad. Oh, it does. It's bow-legged. It really does have the stance. Okay, so I don't like the stance on this vehicle. I'm not a stance person. I like my car at regulation. I'm just letting you know that right now. So let me go back into Tiffany. I am still reserved. I don't know if that car has the speed to actually beat the. What's the other car? What's our other choice? We got another choice of cars. The BMW, the other BMW. So, I don't know if it has that capability. But I really do like that car. I like the color. I like everything except for the stance. Now that I got a really good look at the stance. Not a fan of that. Now, normally I would not mess around. Yeah, normally I would not mess around with the blues, but I know I just ran through some stuff, so hard to explain why I'm doing this here. Yeah, let me explain it. Right here where my bonuses are, so these are the bonus challenges, these two guys right here. Once I burn this one here, there's a possibility that the game might ask for. See if that does it. There we go. It might ask for the epic fusions. And if it does ask for the epic fusions, what will happen is I want to make sure that I have not used up all my blues, and I definitely have not used up all my green. I want to keep some of those tokens, some of those fusion parts available. But the red ones, holding off on all of those guys there. And I think it's okay for me to use some of the blues right now, especially since Tiffany is in such a weird position. 13 point something. Oh, I don't like it when people in the crew start saying that crap. If you want to say that, that's the beginning of the end for you, man. That's like, one day you're gonna wake up in the morning at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, "Hey, I'm gonna screw the whole crew." Let's see how bad this is gonna be. Oh, that was a bad one. Wait a minute here. She's throwing like 180, 190-ish. Put ISH right behind it. Let's see. Oh no. No. Do it again. Yeah, I wish I could max her out right now, but right now we're waiting on a bunch of parts. I'm trying to see if I can tweak Tiffany. Let's make a couple of adjustments to her. I know what the problem is. The problem is the transmission. That's the problem. Because the transmission is not set up to actually tune yet. That's 5 hours. It's a 5-hour wait. So what we're gonna do is do exactly what we don't want to do. Over here. I don't want to use my red fusion parts right now, but I actually don't think I have a choice. I'm gonna hold off on that one. I see some blues. I think now we're just down to red. Did I see something to purchase? Turbo. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with that. No, so we're gonna. Well, let's do the who's cheapest. One moment. One moment, people. Chevy. Look for Tiffany. Copa. Oh, I got a lot of Copa parts. Really? They need to put the Copa in a race. Under Pressure. Kelly and Son. Quentin. Oh. Wait. Why didn't I see Tiffany? Let me go back up to the top. Tiffany's a Chevy. That's for sure. Wait, is Tiffany a Chevy or not? It's a C10. C10 is Chevy. Slow down, Carl. Slow down. Path. Tiffany. There it is right there. Shoot, it was the second one. Genius. Let me write this down real quick here. And this is what everybody should do. This is what I'm always telling people, and I should practice what I preach. Make sure you go in and check to see what you have stage 6 parts for. So I got engine, ENG. I've got intake, INT. And I also have NOS, NOS. So these are the stage 6 parts that I have. So I got to make sure that when I do my upgrade, those are the first ones that I slap on. So NOS, intake, we're at 4 here, 4 there, and engine is coming in, so let's go on ahead and do the NOS. It's cost a little bit more, but that's okay. There we go. I'm gonna do the same thing for the intake. Yeah, 500,000 gone, but we're still above 10 million, so that's still a good thing. So this is the best that we can do for now. There's no more other adjustments. This is what we can do with the tires. This is not one of those kind of races. So let's go back 2 times. Horrible. Better. Much better. Nope. Okay, I think we're gonna get it this time because that guy was doing 13 something. I should be doing 12. There we go. So yeah, maxing out Tiffany is not gonna be an option right now, not for another 5 hours. Well, I still love the Lexus 500. The LC 500, still love it. I recently got my hands on the LFA. It's a nice vehicle, but you know what? The LFA doesn't look as good as the LC 500. It's something about the LC 500 that just looks awesome. I really and truly believe the LC 500 should have been a T5 car. Ooh, the game. Okay, so it looks like I have everything I need to finish this year, but it looks like we might be at a stopping point. So let me go and take a look to see what is needed on the dance floor. What do you need on the dance floor? It's still dealing with Tiffany. Oh man, this is, because right now I'm squeezing out almost the maximum amount of stuff I can get out of Tiffany. Because it's a T5 vehicle, the time that it takes is quite substantial. Whoa, 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 whoa. How close are we? How close are we? Man, that is really, really close. It's not even a whole freaking second. It's like a thousandth of a second slower. Okay, I think I can do this here. I think we can try to do. Let's go to the garage one more time. This is gonna be a toughie. We're gonna have to go ahead and put the reds in. I don't want to do this. This is not what I want to do right now. It's too early for this. Oh, wait. Oh, that's why. Oh, I have to burn one of my fusion parts. I have to burn one of my universals. In the back of my head, there's a female voice saying, "Carl, don't do it. Don't do it, Carl." In the back of my head, "Don't do it. Don't do it, Carl." So I'm more willing to use my reds than I am to use my fusion part, my universal fusion parts, because the universals are much more special. My universals, I can use those guys on basically any manufacturer. So I'll do this here for now. I'll come in here and I'm gonna try to tweak this here. 12.4 versus. Okay, so it is a heavier vehicle, so let's move the needle. There we go. I think I'm comfortable with that right there. I'm gonna mess with the tires this time, but I need to move this heavy vehicle over to the other side of the checkered flag. That's all we gotta do. Okay, somebody else is typing in here. Nope, nobody else is typing in here. Nobody else is typing in there. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Okay, good. Let's get over here. Oh, it's on hard. I like hard. I like hard. I don't like extreme. Yo, Duster, how is it going? Ooh, the game slowed down to show me that I suck. So, that was extremely close. When the game does that, it's letting you know that, hey, this was really, really close, and it needs to show, like a racehorse, how close it really was. I think we can actually get this done. This is I have nothing else I can do with Tiffany. Except for drive better. That is my issue. Yeah, he's gonna creep on up. Oh, yep. We can do this. We can do this. What is insanity? Doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. There we go. There we go. He was creeping, but he wasn't able to catch me because I was already at my max speed. This is going to be another Tiffany. I can't do this one here. This is going to be it. It's going to be it for a while. Is it another Tiffany? It's another Tiffany. Oh yeah, that car's out. How bad is it? It's 12. Ooh, 12.0. Yeah, I can't squeeze out that. That's something I can't do. I've squeezed out as much juice as I can out of this lime. So we made it to race 47. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it, and finish the race in about 5 hours. That's when all my parts are going to be in. So in about 5 hours, my parts will be in, and I'll definitely be able to get back in here and finish the fight. For those who have not seen, I actually have 2 of these Porsche GT3 Tourings. I think one is blue, but the one I'm going to be using is actually green. And it's going to be this one right here for the Prestige car. It is already maxed out. Well, it's not fully maxed out. It's close. Yeah, it's already got a lot of parts on it. So, again, I'll be saving a ton because I won't have to put any money into souping up the car. I'll just be collecting money from the supply runs and other things. You know what? It depends. It depends. At least 5 hours from now, I'll do something. But if I don't stream it, because what I'm going to end up doing is putting both videos together. And I'm going to pull the one from TikTok, and then I'll pull the one from either another TikTok session or just me recording on my own and stitch those two together, and then just have the full length thing. But unfortunately, I will have to compress the video because remember, TikTok can only allow you to do 10 minutes. Whereas YouTube allows you to do, I think, 20 plus hours. So we're going to rerun these 3 races all over again. That did not look promising. This is the fast car, right? Yeah, this is the fast car. That did not look promising at all. Oh, because it's a T5 car versus a T3 car. So yeah, more than likely, I'll take a break from whatever we're doing today, and I'll finish this up here on TikTok later today. One more run, and then we are out of here. Dust, I gotta try to remember to make a garage video. I think that's it. That was the third race right there. Which means I probably should have some stuff over here. There we go. Bingo. Hang on. Give it a few more seconds. Nope, just those two. I did win all 3 races, right? God damn. Yeah, I did. Oh, I got it. Okay, I get it. Today is Labor Day. I forgot about that. But I need 2 more crew members to go in there and do, at least 1 more crew member to go in there and do their part. And that's the reason why I haven't gotten that last bonus. Okay, I get it. Because this is a team effort. Because it's the crew cup, not a U cup. Do they even make a U cup? That's a really big cup. Where I am in the crew now. There we go. That's about right. And Juju is still 0. Juju and H2O. Water. Okay, that is the end of this video. You guys and gals and everybody in between, have fun. I am going to go to my last garage. No. Yeah, I'm going to go to my last garage. I'm going to go from back to front this time as opposed to front to back this time. I'll see you guys later. And expect an upload very, very soon of my garage. Later. Okay, so we are back. Do we have enough to do what we need to do? I got Tiffany earlier this morning on the second shot. Very, very lucky. Second or third? Second shot. Very, very lucky. So, we are concentrating at this point on getting this American road trip done today. Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet. But we're so close. We're so close to the goal. So, let's see what we got here. 4 hours on those guys. Already checked this one here. I think I did this earlier today. 17 hours on that. Shows you how long ago I did this here. And this is part 2. Hopefully there will not be a part 3. Because our concentration today is going to be trying our best to basically get her done. We will go all out and slap on as many parts as we can. Yo, Nathan, what is up? Gotta hold off on that one red one. Delivering 5 hours? Huh, okay. So we still have more parts coming out. Whoop. We're not doing that. Get an alarm there. That's my mental alarm saying, nope, not today, Saturn. Not today, Saturn. That's when I misread and it's supposed to say Satan, but I keep saying Saturn. Okay, so 5 hours on that guy. Let's see if this is enough. Oh, this is enough. 11.68 untuned. That's enough to knock out the next one we're doing right now. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Bingo. I don't know how many more runs with this car I need to do on solo because I don't need every single car to be at its max, as long as overall all the cars are good. There we go. Just barely. Just barely. Okay, well, see, 11 something. That was good. Good enough. Good enough for government work. I should get the truck. To get the truck, I actually had to go to Rare Imports, and it was inside of a gold box. I got lucky and got it on the second row of gold crates. Now, as you can clearly see, this car is OP for this particular track. And like I said in the previous video, we will be getting some elite parts, some of the tokens. So definitely take advantage of this here if you have the capabilities to do that. This is very, very worth it. I think we're in a good position. Yeah, the Quentin, I'm assuming you're talking about the Quentin car because there's a lag between when you see something and when I say something. But yeah, that Quentin car, the blue and the red freaking Spider-Man colors, that's supposed to be a big no-no in graphic design, but it actually looks cool. I mean, just ask the Buffalo Bills and also the New York Giants. The color scheme works. Okay, let's see what we got here. So this is going to be the quad here. Yeah, as long as they're doing the Tiffany car with other vehicles, I should run straight through this. I don't even have to finish upgrading her. What is the best car? The best car in the game, if you really wanted to try to earn a good car, is going to be the Liberty Walk Silhouette. Liberty Walk Silhouette Lamborghini. This car just raced a few moments ago. That car and the Super Snake, those are the best cars to get your hands on because they are elite cars. They do pop up in a lot of races, and for the most part, these are upgradable cars that are hellaciously fast. And no, the Hellcat is not that great. The fastest car I've got on record in the game is going to be the Lexus LFA, which is faster than the Hellcat because it was designed by Lexus to be a beast. And I'm saying that in real life and in the game. It doesn't. I don't think the LFA has much use in the game. I just really wanted it, but that car is immaculate. We're in the middle of a race here, so I can't show you. But after this, I'll show you the cars you want to experience, and also you can also know what an elite car is, what a regular car is, and so forth, because there's ginormous differences between some of these cars here. I do not know, because I don't have that car. That is something you would have to Google. I can only refer to the cars that I have in the game. And I try to play as free as possible by not putting down real cash as little as possible. And that is the reason why I don't have every single car in here. Like, I have no Fast and Furious cars. I don't have any Huracan cars either. Nothing from Ken Block. Because those cars were pay to play. And I didn't want to play. Well, I didn't want to pay to play. So I'm going to get thrown back onto the map. And then I'll be able to show you. So these cars can't be too far apart. Yeah, this is the car I just got earlier today. It's called Tiffany. But I'm going to show you a car that is definitely worth its weight in gold. I don't know whether this is actually good yet or not. This is the LFA that I was talking to you about. It's a good car, and it can hit dyno. Dyno is 480, so I can probably squeeze out 481. Go ahead and tap that real quick. I can probably squeeze out 481 in this car here, but it's definitely not the fastest car, because I actually have faster cars that can go across the line a lot faster than this car here. This car happens to be my top speed car. Very unrealistic. Hence the reason why this is a realistic looking game, but in actuality, the prices are all overinflated. Their whole economy in the game is really, really odd and not the best. Wu is from Japan. That's interesting. Wu, let me show you why this game is still amazing. There we go. Scan the surface. Scan the surface. Scan the surface. Can't do it. There we go. Right there. This is why this game is still amazing. You're looking at notes and also my leather case for my iPad. This is why this game is so amazing. Augmented reality in the game that is unsurpassed by any other thing that I've seen in a mobile device. Unsurpassed. Nobody else has it like that right now. It's just absolutely amazing. But the look is what really counts. This is a game that you can pick up and put down anytime you want. It does help to be inside of a crew. This is one of my favorite cars right now because it looks edible. Look at that. Oh my God. That purple, it's so luscious. It reminds me of the old Pirelli commercials when they were selling tires in car magazines. Oh, this car is just gorgeous. I actually want to eat my iPad every single time I see this car. Let's see, what else we got here? Favorite car in live racing. This is going to be my favorite car in live racing. It is considered to be a mutant because the tuning is off. I can only tune the NOS, but it has an Evo that is jacked up, so it always wins. This thing has like a 95% winning streak. I mean, if I see it, I can beat it. Where is the car that you really need to see? Because we're doing this side skirt thing here because there is a car in here that you really, really need to see. Give me a second here. Can't be that far. Here's one of them here. The Super Snake. Super Snake, it is an elite vehicle. It cost me like almost 4,000 in gold coins. I had enough saved up. But yeah, this car right here, because this is an elite car, you can actually add more fusion parts onto this car, unlike others. And we can go all the way up to, stage 50 or level 50. And at that point, you're basically faster than any other car on here. So hitting 400 will not be a problem whatsoever. In the game, not in real life. This car. This car right here is the Liberty Walk Silhouette Huracan Coupe. This car is actually hidden inside of the game under... Oh, there she is. It's hidden inside of the game under the event hub. And inside of the event hub, there's a few things that you can buy for the different chapters of the game. But one thing that you'll have to understand is there's a handful of cars in the back of this here, which is a Sylvia S15 Rocket Bunny. That's actually a really good car. The Liberty Walk that you just saw me with, and also this BMW. These are cars that are going to be used later on for elite events. And the beautiful part about that is those cars go beyond the scope of what other cars in their category go. Do you have a drag? Technically, I do not have a drag car, a dragster. I do have a Cobra Jet, which is in the category of a funny car. It's a track car, but it's not a dragster. That's one thing CSR hasn't really tapped on. But there's actually an F1 car in here. There's a bunch of EVs in here now, including the Hyundai Ioniq 5N with the N label. That's coming out soon. I have the Copa Camaro. Unfortunately, I got the yellow stars, so it's a lime green color, but I do actually have that car. This race might. Hey, I think this is half-mile races. That's the reason why I'm getting the lag whenever I use Tiffany, because Tiffany is not that fast. Unlike all the other cars have been souped up for other events. This one, I believe this is a half-mile race. I'm not 100% sure though. We'll find out in a moment. Yo, what is up, Trey? Do you got the RX-7? Yes, I do have the RX-7. You mean that old-fashioned RX-7 from way back in the day? Not the RX-8, but the RX-7. Actually, I have an RX-8 and an RX-7. I have the RX-7 and I got the RX-8. The RX-8 is I like to refer to it as the KFC car because it's from KRC, but I always refer to it as the KFC car. So that was 8 seconds, you say. So let's jump over, because what we can do is we don't have to do any tomfoolery to figure this out. We can just go to the dyno, and that was the under pressure car. Under pressure. Well, you know what to do? Jump back out of here. Jump in here. Tap on under pressure. Go to dyno. Dyno. There you go. Yeah, that is a half-mile. That's a half-mile race. And the reason I'm saying that is because I can see here, it should be doing 8.4, but for a quarter mile, it should be doing about a little bit over 5 seconds. So yeah, that is definitely a half-mile. Look at me tapping on our screenshot. There we go. It is unrealistic. You know, I'm going to admit that it is very unrealistic. And one of the reasons why it's unrealistic because it's a game and we're here to have fun. I mean, look at how much I've earned in the game. I wish in real life I had that much money. 11 million? That's what I'm sitting on right now. There's other people in the game that have 40 million plus. Duster knows who he is. No. Okay, so one of the reasons why I'm so darn fast is because I have actually been playing the game since before it came out. I've actually played the original CSR. So transitioning to CSR2 was not that hard. And over time, I've just gotten a lot of good cars and been able to equip the cars to make them as fast as possible. On top of that, I learned a whole bunch too about tuning the car and all the other little quirks that you have to worry about. And no hacks or anything like that. I think the last session I was in earlier this morning had to kick somebody out. We were talking about Cash App and trying to do some stuff. I'm like, nah, no. We don't do that. I have the tools now to block people, so. And we also had the usual. What's the usual? Have you played Racing Rivals? And people try to get me to play other games like that. I had to learn everything all over again. Oh, the Corvette. Corvette's hot, Matthew. The Corvette is slapping. I got it dressed up for my mama. Red rims, red body, red interior. It's everything my mom would love in a car. Red everything. Now, for those who actually play the game consistently, you realize the greatness of what just happened. Okay? You realize the greatness of what just happened. I just got my hands on 3 of the hardest tokens to get in the game. Like, bro, man, it is tough to get those little. They only gave me 3, but it's like I put that thing in my pocket, and all of a sudden, I'm like, my precious. That's how I feel about the 3 gold tokens. I said, my precious, 3 times in my head. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like hard. I don't like hard. I see hard. What's going on? Why are you hard? Why is it hard? What's going on here? So just to let you know, I'm hoping to knock this entire thing out right here, right now. I don't want to do a 3rd session. There are more parts coming for Tiffany. Did a double clutch there. Hopefully this will work out. Ooh, he's catching up. Oh, what the heck is that? He's got like fire coming out of his butt. What is that? So originally when I downloaded this game many iPhones ago, I bought this game because I wanted something that could curb my appetite from racing. Oh, no. Skip. No ads. I wanted something that could curb my appetite from racing in real life. Because at the time, I actually had a 2006 Mustang GT. 200 and... I think it was 300 horsepower. I don't think it was 2 something. I think it was 300 horsepower. Very, very robust vehicle. And it was all about control. And one of the things that I knew from my previous Mustangs, that since this is going to be the most powerful Mustang I own, I need something that's going to slow me down and keep me from racing on the road in real life. I would love to tell you about the Birmingham story when I was in my 76 Camaro, and me and another guy, we just spontaneously started racing each other. Birmingham Police Department stopped me because I'm the only idiot that was going to stop, you know what I'm saying? So he stopped. I stopped. The cop got me. And he's like, I was going to give you a ticket, but your buddy didn't stop. So he saved me hundreds of dollars back then. Hundreds. And I know for a fact that I just have to have something to keep me from actually going out there and doing stupid stuff on the road, which I was very willing to do. Young and dumb. Oh, that says no. Why am I not getting sound? I'm like that I'm not getting sound. Oh, because of the ad. Okay, I know what it is. Yeah, so the ad actually messed up some things here. Gotta excuse me because I am doing some adjustments. There we go, 7.95. 9.3, push that up. 8 to 10, tap there. Back here. Always having the same issue. I thought it was just a game. There we go. Fit those fusion parts. Wrong. Yeah, I am trying to get this car to go a heck of a lot faster than 380. We need to tap 400 right now. Let me go to tune one more time. There we go. Sound is back. 280. It'll work. I think that'll work. Let's see what the game says. I still have some fusion parts I can snap on here. Game says green. Yes, let's do this. We're almost done. We got like 4 more runs, and that's really all we need. These last 4 or 5 more runs. So I'm racing against the Liberty Walk Lamborghini I was telling you about. This is a very powerful car. What? He got me. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. He's doing 9.1. I did 9.3. Let's try it one more time. Oh my God, he's doing 334. Jaja Gavor? What? He is eating me up. This guy is eating me up. I was having the same issues. Thought it was just gameplay. Yo, I've never seen. Oh, thank you. I don't know who cursed it. Somebody didn't cuss it, and the filter knocked it out. But yeah. CSR. It is very possible to do this live. Can't see my face, but it is very possible to do this live. I know. That is actually a bad habit of mine. I'm going to make some adjustments with power because it's hard right now. It should be beatable. And I know I randomly threw on fusion parts all over the place. For those who are low on fusion parts, please make sure that you collect some bronze keys. Turn around, go to rare imports, and you can fish for more fusion parts. Let's go over here. Yeah, if you're lacking fusion parts, I can get more from this here if I needed to. I can also get more stage 6 parts by coming over here. And if you notice right here, so for 300, I'm going to get a round of fusion parts. It can be random, green, red, blue. But on the 14th, I'm automatically guaranteed to get one stage 6 part for this car. That's going to be on a random roll. But that's how you rack up these cars here. Well, just to let you know, this is for Mario. Here is my gamer tag. That's me right there in the middle. If you ever see me online, because I do race live. I race often. I try to race often. If you ever see me online, yeah, just find me and, go for one of the cars. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be, won't be easy. It's not going to be easy because probably going to be in that mutant BMW of mine. That thing is a beast. It's a tier 4 beast. Say that 5 times. Tier 4 beast, tier 4 beast, tier 4 beast. I'm not going to say it one more time because it'll actually burst the walls of the house. There we go. Look, I'm old. I'm sloppy with the shifting. I'm not good at it. You ain't got to be good at this. Are you kidding me? Okay, somebody got a stage 6. The Camaro got a stage 6. Let's jump out of here. Let's swing over. It's a stage 6 we already got probably. Yep, because pickings are slim for this car. Let's go see how bad this next race is going to be. It's supposed to be. Oh, no. It's for Tiffany. Come on, man. Stop playing. We're going to have to do a part 3. Tiffany ain't got no more juice. Yeah, Tiffany, we squeezed everything we could out of her. This is it. Michael Jackson style, man. This is it. We can buy more stuff, but it's not gonna hit. And I gotta ration out my gold coins because I might have to buy a car at some point. So let's see how bad this is. I'm gonna write this down too while I'm at it. Tier 4 not stage. I have M4 stage. Oh, dude, I've got a T4 M2 that is Yeah, I got a tier. It's a BMW. I think it's an M2 or an M3, but it's in a tier 4 class, and it's impressive. Very impressive. That's where she caps out. She caps out one. Okay, let's see if we can. If we can't tune our way out of this here, then we're gonna have to do a third session. So let's write this down real quick. It's doing 11.2 seconds. Whoa, 11.2 flat. It's a mono. Nobody likes those cars. Don't even know why they're in the game. They're not real cars. They're like motorcycles. They're like hybrid motorcycles. Not a fan of those. Just not a fan. Yeah, I'm doing 11 points. Wait. Oh, I'm doing 11.6. Yeah, that's why we're screwed here. So let's bounce this back here. 7. Get a fast shift. That's not gonna work out either. This is where we started. Oof. Oh, wait. This is not going to work out for us, but we're at least getting some more. We're up to 201 miles an hour. 202. Look at the very bottom. 204. Okay. Good. Almost 207. 208. This could work out. It's not going to work out. It's a pipe dream. We still haven't broke. Yep, no, it's going the wrong way. It's second. 211 is the best we can do. What about a slam it? Still same thing. It's a heavy vehicle. 2 points. All of my energy and skill to do this at 599. Nope, it's not gonna let me move that bubble. 599. So let's remember 5743. I'm not looking at the screen right now, but I will be looking at the screen in just a moment. What we're gonna do is what I always tell people to do: always do the peace sign. See what happens. 88. That's good. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Okay. So 50-50 was the good one. 94. 88 plus 1. Seems to want the pressure over here, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Okay, so we cannot tune our way out of this race. We're going to have to wait another 5 hours. Ugh. Just did not have enough in here. Just not enough. That's not going to make me go any lower. This could lighten the load a little bit. Okay, now I'm looking at the screen here. Yes, this game is very addicting. So the 57-43, that was actually good, but going 50-50 appears to be a better choice. Only because it's moving. Oh, I gotta spend $2 million in cash. That's gonna be easy for tomorrow. Go back into the tuning here. Yeah, so the lowest I can get it, because this is a half-mile race. I'm not caring too much about the actual speed. That's secondary. What I really care about is the time that it takes to get across the line. That's what really counts. And the time that I can squeeze out of this freaking car right now happens to 11.5 6.8. And the game is kicking out 11.2. I cannot get a car that is not super high ranked to squeeze out any more power. So now we're gonna make some smart decisions. Yeah, I'm not worried too much about the gas. Well, I am gonna hold back on spending a whole bunch of gold, but I recoup that gas real fast. That gold for the gas real fast. I've already done a handful of the daily stuff, so Mario might actually see me later on today because it looks like I got to do 6 more live races. Not in this car, not in this hunk of junk. This car is a hunk of junk. So first thing we're gonna do, this is before we leave, because I do have to get out of here now. Yo, what's up, Mello? Mello, we're wrapping up here because apparently there's gonna be a third session of me live broadcasting this event here. And eventually I will put this on YouTube in its entirety. I mean, I'm barely going to take anything out. Except for that one part where you can see my feet. Nobody sees my feet, okay? No one sees my feet. Are you on I am actually on an iPad. That's the reason why it looks a little bit bigger and it is more square. I am actually on an iPad. And the proof of that is going to be this here. In 3, 2, there we go. Apple Pencil charging up, buddy. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Chevrolet, correct. Nope, we don't care about that. Well, you know what? We don't care about that. Chevrolet. Tiffany's like way up here, I believe. There we go. So we still have the same fusion parts. We still have the engine, the intake, and the NOS. Okay. I wish I had the transmission, though. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing is, for the engine, we're going to go ahead and do that. This way we can have, in about 5 more hours, the most powerfulest engine I can get my hands on. What else? The intake. I already, yeah, we're just going to do it. Apparently I have 2 of the intakes. Oh, shoot. That's the button I'm looking for. There we go. So that's going to happen. And might as well go ahead and do this here. Only because I have stage 6 for all these guys here. Going ahead and get my hands on the NOS as well. So full package. Name of the game is CSR2. That is CSR2. So, I have slapped down as much as I can to prep for the next round of this year. All we can do now is kick back, wait, see what happens. Like I said, I've only got 4 more runs. Yeah, just 4 more runs. Race 56 through 60. And after that, I'm going to collect 3 more of the Gold Elite tokens and 5 more of the gold keys, and that'll basically wrap up the event. The only problem I'm having right now is Tiffany, the newest vehicle, is brand new, no parts on it. Everybody else was actually equipped beforehand because of previous races. So for WRX, just to let you know, whenever you hop on here, it's cool to ask anybody that's watching, can you join their crew? Mainly because, I'm not the leader of my crew. I don't believe in letting people into the crew, blah, blah, blah. But people in here are always looking for crew members as well. It's because I have a state job and I have plenty of time to waste. And that's the reason why I'm so good at this. Sitting at my cubicle playing a video game. Best thing in the world. Okay, so we got gas. And we have an assortment of cars. So apparently you have to have an exotic body kit to actually do this here. So I'm going to do the first one with my beautiful LC500. Ironically, this is a T4 car. This really should have been a T5 car. Yes, I hit that way too early, but I'm not worried about it. This car's gonna win. It's got like 20 freaking gears. Okay, it's got 20 freaking gears. I don't know if you guys know about Toyota and Honda, but they go nuts for the gears. Hence the reason why somebody was on I-90 a couple years back doing 125 in a Honda Odyssey. I was like, how does it even get that fast? And then somebody told me it's got 9 gears. Like, oh, that makes a difference. It turns it into a shifter McShifterton. So I'm just gonna bounce out of here real quick. Choose another car. This is a beautiful car. This car is beautiful here. I heard that it's whack to actually own, but it's a beautiful car. It is such a beautiful car. It is literally one of the best looking cars in the game. So now it's up to you guys. GTR, don't say GTR, Mustang, Supra, or Stingray. In real life, I have a old modest Mercedes C320 with a V6 engine. The C320, the 320 refers to the horsepower or the CCs or something like that. It's kind of weird. It's old, it's rusting, but it's a nice car. It's got a lot of features that I really, really like in my next car. My next car, I want all those features, just not old. I want all those features. I want the heated seats. I want the sunroof. I want the leather seats. So I can just lay in the back of the car and just let the leather just hug me. I love that. But yeah, I've got a modest, nice car, and it's a good car. I mean, it could be better. It's had some issues, but in real life, I'm just letting it roll. You like my uncle said, ride it till the wheels fall off. Okay. Oh, and my car in real life, the Mercedes C320, it actually has 4MATIC, meaning it's an all-wheel drive car. So for upstate New York, it's really, really handy to have that grip on the road. The only thing I haven't done to it that I should do to it is put snow tires on, but I don't drive enough right now to put snow tires on the car. It'll be a waste. And you're looking at a maxed out Toyota Supra out here. This is what a Supra can do when it's maxed out. I guess I'm understating this a little bit. I am still missing... What am I missing? I thought it was completely maxed out. I'm still missing some fusion parts. But this is a Purple Star car, Elite Purple Star. So the Elite status is completely maxed out. I need to make a mental note that the next time I start doing my red or exotic, epic fusion parts, that I come to the Supra, because apparently I have the parts available. I just haven't put them in. Freaking genius over here. I'll resolve that later. But it looks like we just got... Oh, thank you. Jeez. Oh, okay. I know why. That's Monday's collections. I was waiting. I was like, where's my collections? Like the mobster. Where's my money? Where's my money, Rob? Oh, for the person who wanted to see the RX-7, this is the way I have the RX-7 set up right now. So this is the RX-7 for now. It's the Batman-looking kit. It's not the best kit, but I jumped out of the game real quick just so I can turn around and switch cars for the next few races. Change car. So now we're gonna go for... Now let's go for the Mustang. So in this particular race, I don't think I can race crazy. You know what? I might do this. So the race that I'm doing right now, we have to have a specific body fit. We have to run premium body fit. if the RX-7 has a premium body kit, if that car is actually ranked up high enough. I don't know if it is. And yes, this Mustang is murdered out. Black everything. And as you can clearly see, they also fixed the grille. Now the grille actually shows up as a black car, but instead of it being chrome. Apparently there was a programmer issue or whatever. Someone hit the wrong numbers. So you guys were talking about the RX-7. We're in Garage 53 right now. Let's see if we can find that RX-7 or the Super. I think we're going in the wrong direction. Yep, we went in the wrong direction. So we go back out. And there it is. And there it is. It's only 16. Might not be able to put a premium body kit on here. So I think that's the reason why it wasn't showing up in my drop down. Good body kits. Yep, that's the reason why. So right now I only have the green ones. I don't have the blue and reds. These other body kits they're a bit extreme. And the game, yeah, I'm going to get it at level 23. So yeah, can't race with that. Yes, Ricardo, this is an Elite Tuner car. The Elite Tuning cars are more like regular cars in real life, where you can add on body kits, rims, and everything else that you would do with a real tuner car. They actually have real manufacturers in here where you can switch the rims up and everything. They actually have liveries, so you can put an actual wrap or partial wrap on the car. Me, I'm the biggest fan of BBS wheels, and because I'm a big fan of BBS wheels, I tend to have this 1990s way of thinking about cars. Put BBSs on it, and some 50 series tires, and even if the car is only worth $50, having $2,000 in tires is definitely a great thing to do. That's the way I still think. Because I hate to be the one to tell you guys, that old rusty Mercedes that I have is sitting on Pirelli P1s. You guys at the show, like, are these new? Like, no, they're not new. They're a couple years old. Just don't drive the car that much. But you put Pirellis on here? I'm like, the Pirellis are, what is it? Continental. I'm like, I'm not putting Continental. I'm not driving around with old man tires. Put on the Pirellis, buddy. Make me look good. So the answer is yes. There is a couple of Rocket Bunnies cars out there, but they came with that kit and it's not changeable. I know for sure that there's an RX-8, there's a Miata, and a few other ones with Rocket Bunny and Volkswagen GTI with Rocket Bunny kits. Catch is, those are permanent fixings and you cannot change those kits. I think I just ran out of... Yeah, I just did it. Did them all. Okay, so I still have 5 hours to wait. Everybody should be asleep by that point in time. But this is what I forgot about. I have to run that race before I start getting all these guys here, because this is what I'm used to seeing every Monday morning. I forgot that the day is a holiday. And make sure you join a crew, because you're going to need all this stuff here to help build up your stuffs. And this is another reason why I'm good at the game, is because I'm with a solid crew and I do my parts. I just do my parts, go home, eat a ham sandwich, and go to bed. That's what I do. There's a lot of Liberty Walk kits in here. Let me take a look. Oops, wrong button. This is a maxed out Stingray, and this one does have a Liberty Walk kit. Actually, I think that's the Liberty Walk kit that's on there. This is what's on here right now. I got the Anderson kit there. I like how hippie this one looks. It looks very hippish. I like the hips on it. And I love this one here. This is probably my favorite one, but unfortunately, this is not a premium kit. And because it's not a premium kit, I wouldn't be able to run that race I just did a minute ago. And this is the way it comes standard. I like standard too. But yeah, there's an entire thing about a new way of racing, which is the elite racing. When I come over here to rare imports, nope, not rare imports. When I come over here to the cars, you can see that they actually put a distinction between that and the Legends. There we go. So the Legends are elite cars as well. But a lot of the Legend cars are old cars that you have to get and you have to basically fix up. Don't turn me into a liar game. There you go. These are old cars that you have to get from like a junkyard or whatever, and you have to suit these cars up. These are elite cars. They're good cars, but eh. And then we have the street culture and the other little thing that's down there. So these cars are all elite cars, and the elite status makes these cars stupid fast. And here is the Rocket Bunny version of the RX-7. So this is what you're looking for. I believe I actually have this here, but unfortunately this is a T4 car and not a T5 car. This is also permanent fixing. So whatever way you get it is the way it's going to come out. There are no other color options once you get this car. So, yeah. Oh, wait, this is an elite car. It's an elite car. My bad. You'll have a lot of options once you rank up the elite status. But you got to work hard to get those 4 kind of tokens there. You got to work real hard. CSR2 is the name of the game. And I'm going to do one more thing. So for the next few moments, I will not be able to see what you guys are texting. So, someone name a car. Because we're going to do augmented reality one more time, and then I'm out for real. P1. McLaren P1. Oh, man, you always... Why do people always say McLaren P1, the one car I don't have? There we go. Hellcat, Bugatti. Oh, you know what? I got a Bugatti right here. Tiffany. Wow. You know what? Dude said Tiffany. So this is what I'm going to do. Copa. I'm going to get the Copa. I'm going to race the Copa. I know. Copa. What is Copa? It's a lottery. 69 of these vehicles are made every single year. Every single gas market garage. 69 of these things are made a year. There's a lottery that goes out. Millionaires try their best to get their hands on this here, because basically it's a white slip. You go to Chevy, and Chevy basically customizes the car for you. It's not going to be road. I don't think they're road legal. I think all of them have to be for the track, but there's only 69 made per year. So my standard, whenever people want me to do a race, what I do is I come right over here, and I bring it right into the T5 regulation race. I use this to test. The other car's not gonna catch me. So there's only 3 gears in this one here. I got this through a crew challenge. We have not done anything else with this car, so it hasn't had a reason to be amplified and actually used in a particular race. But it's a lot more powerful than what you're seeing there. It should be able to do the 300 or whatever that all the other cars do. So yeah, that is fast, but What was that lady? Remember the lady who sang the song, Nothing Compares to You? Nothing compares to the Lexus LFA. Still my favorite dream car. Nothing compares to the LFA. Even right now in my head. And this is actually the fastest car that I have in the game. Speed-wise, not crossing the line-wise. Speed-wise, this hits the highest miles per hour. A little lazy on the thumb. I should have hit 480. I think I hit 479. Nope, it actually hit 480. Okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah, that is literally. So sound wise, I think the Copa and the LFA, they put the better of the sounds in there. Please, for the love of God. It's kind of like, please, for the love of God, what the fuck is a kilometer? Dude wants the kilometer car. Give me a second, because I don't use that. I like rarely use that. Give me a moment, because that takes a while to actually find. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the fastest electric car that I have, because I've got multiples, and the only one that's a T5 is not fully equipped. I think it will be the fastest. But right now I have a Mustang Mach-E. I believe it can do a half mile in about 10 seconds. This is the car you were looking for. I actually did a TikTok about this freaking car here. This car was at NASCAR, or a variant of it. The sound is not improved, unfortunately. I actually wasted money getting this car. I think I paid $10 real cash for this here. And in the last 7 years, I've put $170 into the game. I have been playing the game in 7 years, and I've put $170 into it. 25 of that $170 was actually for a charity. And I was like, yeah, it's for kids. It's for a kids' hospital. I'll throw $25 at a car I'm never going to use. And I never use that car. It's a Ferrari. It's a stupid Ferrari. I'll never use that car. So that is it, people. I am going to get out of here. And like I said, I will be back later on at some point. Best tier 5 car? I truthfully do not know. But in my particular case, the best one is going to be the Stingray. The 2020 Stingray, only because it is an elite vehicle. Look for the elite vehicles to be the fastest, because they can do a lot more. So to do the body kit thing, you have to have an elite car. I'm not going to leave you hanging on this in here. You have to have an elite car. So you got to have this symbol right beneath the name. Where's my pencil? There it is. You got to have the word elite right beneath the name of the car. And let me show you what it looks like in the grid. In the grid, you're going to have either a shield by itself or a shield with a number. This means that this is a level 33 elite vehicle. Elite vehicles are the only ones that have the option to get a body kit. But be cautious, because legend cars are also elite cars. So it has to be a street culture car to actually get the exotic body kits. Because there's a street racer, and if I go to customize on the street racer, Yeah, he doesn't get body kit options because it's not a culture, a street racing culture car. It's kind of weird. It's like two different distinctions, three different distinctions between elite status vehicles, but it has to be an elite vehicle in the car culture to get the body kit. Hope that explains it. And I don't believe, oh, this one does have it, but this is a level 10 elite vehicle. And nope, this one does not have, oh, wait. No, because this car came with Liberty Walk, so that they're not gonna let Liberty Walk get removed from this one here. So yeah, certain cars have it, a lot of cars do not. You're gonna get the elite cars through the same process as all the other cars, opening up crates. You're more than likely going to get lower in with the silver keys, but the gold keys, they generally will give you a good car, but the odds are always against you. Those are the odds for the crates and gold crate, and it's the one for the silver crate. The odds are always going to be against you, but this is where you go to get them. So you guys have fun, and it is literally a random roll. Collect. And collect. Hello. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be recording the entire thing of the ART, American Road Trip. And the weirdest thing is, it's 11:32 p.m. right now. I took a old man nap. I'm awake now. That can't be accurate. It says win 5 showdowns. That can't be accurate. Give me a second here. Go to fuel. Go to the map. So I made some adjustments before I got here. I ran around and yep, 50% of that is done. That's good. Thank you for the hearts. And I just need 2 more live races. Okay. So I guess before we knock out Tiffany, because we will definitely be knocking out Tiffany in just a moment here. Let's go do some live racing. I will expose myself to being beaten by other people temporarily because the clock is ticking. I just got to find my live race car. I have a very specific car that I like to use. Come on, where are you? It's a BMW. It's black. Tier 4. There you go. The G82. That's my dog. This is my dog here. This thing here, it's a mutant. Do not. I have not in a while. But they are organized to a point. If you go into the garage, swing over to the front, you'll see that most of the first garage is packed with all the cars that I stole from the bosses. And then I go tier 1, and then it just keeps on going tier 2, tier 3, and so forth. But it's really difficult because the game, the way they have the garage set up, things keep flexing and moving around spontaneously, which is really odd. It's hard to put everybody in their proper place. You basically waste hours. Yeah, mine is semi organized as best as I can. Okay, so nobody's taking a bait on this one here. So I'm just gonna Oh, we don't have time for this here. There's not a lot of people in there. Most of them are T5s and not T4s. So I'm just gonna go on ahead and finish the mission. Mark this freaking thing out here. Hello, Tiffany. How are you today? Got this thing earlier today. Got lucky. Got it on the second roll of the dice. And a gold crate. Gold key crate, that is. So I was smart enough to go on ahead and oh shoot, not that smart. Do I do it? Don't do it. Don't do it. Little voice in my head. How do you get gold keys? Multiple ways. You're gonna get gold keys through playing with your crew. Also checking in and getting your weekly login. Your weekly login bonus. I just picked up my bonus a couple minutes ago, but tomorrow I'm gonna get 3 more gold keys right there. So on the 28th day, tap this real quick here. On the 28th day, you're gonna get 3. Oops. Apple Pencil dropped for a second there. And here, so you're gonna get 1 there. And 3 here, so that's 4 in total. And those are gold keys for playing the race pass. At the end of the race pass, you get 3 more keys. And also, like I said, if you are in a good group, now it ain't got to be the best group on the planet. It ain't got to be the best. I can tell you that right now. Guys that I hang with, we're not that great. We're good. We're not great. At 9 million, you're going to get 1 key. At 14 million, you'll get another 2 keys. Generally, most crews will cap around 20 million so they can get the car, and then they'll kind of simmer down. But if you are in a really, really good group, you get another 2 gold keys there. And of course, playing any events can also get you more gold keys. And that's what we're about to do now, because the event that we're doing, we're at race number 56. And at the end of this race, I do get 5 more gold keys. What kind of car is that? Yo, what's up, Carl? This is the Tiffany. What's up, Mello? This is the Tiffany car. Or truck pickup. The great part about this car is it's been around for a while. I think it was here the last year when they had this event. The weird thing is I did not have this car in my collection. I was not able to get this car, but this time I was able to get it fairly quickly because I did save up. I'm gonna save that too. I did save up some of my keys. I want to make sure that we got everything that we need, or slap on as much as we can before we try to do this adventurous thing here. What is my brother? Hang on, my brother's texting me from his so-called trip. Oh, yes, okay. He's saying enjoy the trip. Okay, cool. Right, yeah. My brother, he's going on a cruise today. Don't catch COVID and die. You survive the army, but we want you to survive that too. What's the reason for having lower tier cars equipped? Ooh, Arctic, that's a really good question. So when you do live racing, when you race with a T5 car, T5 cars are stupid fast, and there's always going to be somebody who's better and faster than you. If you want more of a fair race, get a T4 car or a T3 car, something like that, and you'll be able to have more fun in the game and not get beat up all the time. Like, you'll actually win. Man, that was a bad start for me. But I think I should have played. Because this car has not been tuned. I only put the parts on there. Stayed 6 parts in there, but I have not tuned this vehicle yet. Let's see what we're going for. Let's go on ahead and do some tuning real quick here. Did I not use a turbo? I'm pretty sure I used it. I'm not 100% sure. It's late. It's like almost midnight. I don't know what I'm doing. It's pretty late, man. I even took a nap. I'm over here drinking Sprite. I'm pretty sure Sprite doesn't have any caffeine in it. Almost positive Sprite doesn't have. No, it's not Sprite. It's Sprite lemonade. I guess they spiked the lime in here. I don't know. Yeah, this car has not been tuned yet. So let's go ahead and slam this here. See what we get for it. So 10.8 as opposed to still 10.8. So, oh, that is better. That actually is better. Okay, so let's drop this a little bit. 10.77. And just to let everybody know, I'm using my retail eyes now. I need to break it down to everybody else's eyes. This is what we're looking at here. This is a half-mile race. It is not a 1/4 mile race. So, oops, don't care about that. This one right here. So I don't care about here. Yeah, so make sure whenever you are tuning for a race, it's going to be either this one, that's my star, or that one right there. And in this particular case, we're constantly looking at the 10.738. That's where my eyes are locked. So I'm going to tune this down to get more speed out, and I'm just going to yank it. See what happens. Oh, let's see what 2.0 does. That's way too much. Come on, bring it back up. That's too much. 10.711. Still wrong way. 6. I like 6. I like 5 even better. 509. We're going the wrong way. And I think 508. I think it's stuck on 508. Because the tuning noise. Oh. There we go. The tuning noise can be really annoying sometimes, but that's the game. Tire pressure. I'm going to sit on the tire pressure for a little bit. I'm not going to mess with it because it seems to be finicky right now. Blood. What is blood? Little dude. I don't know who Big Slime is. I don't know. Have we raced each other? So yeah, we got the, oh my God, it's still hard. How bad is this gonna be? What in the world? Okay, because we can't do a 4th session. I cannot do a 4th session this year. We need to figure this out right now. Nothing. There we go. Sometimes the game tells untruth. There we go. Give me more. That's all you got? Just 2? I'll take it. Okay, so let's see what these last 2... Oh, wait a minute. The last 2 races. I think the last 2 races... Nope. This is actually the 67th or whatever. Okay, this is not the last 2. Ooh, it's up against the LFA. I know the power of the LFA now. Tiffany's issue is she goes quick. Once she goes quick, kind of locks in that one speed. So if you can just go over that by 50 miles an hour, which this car can definitely do, you're screwed. And that's what happened. I'm doing 252. The LFA is doing 321. It's maddening. Scraping off to 9.9. Oh, Blob. Okay. Really? Was I being cruel? Sometimes I'm cruel. I can be moody sometimes. Like this dude named Marcus Moody. Are you kidding me? I have no reds? Oh, wait, my turbo. Oh my God, I didn't fix my turbo? Well, that would explain why I'm still pushing low speeds. I got 1 hour on that, and I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure they was not going to let me do that. So as a backup, I'll throw 79 in gold. Because like I said, I do want to wrap this up. I don't want to do this a third freaking time. So I'm willing to bend a little bit. Let's see what I got for resources here too. Nope, don't even look at it. Oh my! This late at night I do really sloppy stuff. Sloppy. I'm not looking at the screen right now, but I will be looking at the screen in another moment. So we're not gonna do that. Because I already have 3 stage 6 parts on here, I believe. And I think that should be more than enough to actually get this car across the freaking finish line fast enough. So we're at 10.268. I'm looking at the screen now. Hang on. How do you get so much money? I got lucky in the last few races. I haven't had the need to spend any cash or very little cash because I already had some of these cars, and they were well equipped as well. And if you just play the game for a while, you will actually collect some good stuff. The big thing is, don't play every event. A lot of people like to say, "Oh my God, the game is so pay to play." Some areas of the game is pay to play. Some areas of the game is just free. Free parts, a lot of meat on the bone. A whole lot of meat on the bone for free to play. Besides, none of us are professional gamers, so we really shouldn't be consuming that much of this game all the time. Should just be jumping in, having some fun, getting out. I cannot get this thing. Oh, there we go. We got something. We got something. Let's see what we got over here. How do you get so much money? Yeah, and ironically, this event, the American tour thing, I had every car except for this one here, and that's the only reason why I'm dealing with upgrading this car right here. I haven't even put my name on it. Wow, that's how much of a rush I am to finish this here, because I literally just got this car today, and there's just a lot of work that needed to be done to push this car over to the edge. Wait. Yeah. Intake, we got that as well. So we're going to actually burn a little bit of gold to make this happen. I don't recommend anyone do this here. I always recommend that everyone try their best to keep 4,000 in gold in their pocket. I know weight is a serious issue with this vehicle, so we're trying to shave as much weight off of it as we can. Yeah, pulling the cars for the event, it is pure luck. As you can see here, for Tiffany, this far right-hand corner, I got it on the second pull. That was pure luck. I only had 50 gold keys at the time. So now I have 53 gold keys, but I only had 50 at the time. 53 at the time. So, yeah. If I had to go longer, I would not be doing this right now. My original video before this one here that dealt with CSR, I was literally saying that I don't have enough resources to do the entire event. I'm gonna have to just like sit out the last leg of it. But I did roll the dice and got lucky. Now this is for another event here. I'm just gonna go ahead and collect these guys while I'm here. Do you know DYK Max on the... So I'm lucky on that as well. I think I moved my car because I pulled one from the garage, as I should, from the rare imports. I pulled one only because I wanted the race pass points. This is the one I pulled. It's black and yellow wheels, which is nice. I mean, it's a really, really nice vehicle. But I already had one in my possession right here. So somebody's asking about the next Prestige Cup car. This is the one I already had in my possession, and this is the one I'm going to be using. It's got this nice hunter green. I mean, it's an aggressive looking mean color with yellow calipers. That is nice. That's the wing. I don't think the hood opens up. Let me go in here and dissect this guy. Yeah, so like I said, I haven't put anything on here. This should be a straight run. This car can do 8.5, so I believe that should be fast enough to do the entire event, which means I'll just rack in the money and hopefully stay above 10 million. Although I do expect to use 5 to 6 million on the S15 that's coming up. It's gonna be in a couple more days. Izzy's challenge. Oh my God, it's today. I gotta work today. I may have to do this after work. But if nobody shows up to work, it'll just be me in the office, and I can quietly play the game. Or loudly play the game. I don't know. We'll figure that out too. We are 8 minutes away. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to think about this here real quick. I got a decision to make. I can do it. I got 8 minutes. I can do this here. We got to do another sidebar because I've been lacking. Okay, yeah, I can use any car I want. I've been slacking today. I took a big nap. I didn't get a chance to do these races. The GTO has. So, when it comes to live racing, my recommendations: get yourself a nice T4 car. I used to use the Gladiator. The Jeep Gladiator was like really, really nice. And I found out that it was high enough to get some bots, but a lot of guys who thought that they could beat a Jeep Gladiator, but the Jeep Gladiator had a lot of torque in the very beginning, so I would just jump out in front of it. As I jumped out in front, they had issues trying to catch up. So it always kind of shocked and surprised some people. They're like, "Oh my God!" Until that Tuberon Jeep Gladiator came out, that was to the detriment of me. But get yourself a nice T4 car. The BMW, that's a G82. That's a good car. That's what I'm using right now. In live racing, that's the car I use most of the time. I also use the Lamborghini Urus. URUS. That is surprisingly good. It's a Lamborghini, but it's a T4. Later, Alex. Oh, I used to play this here, get repetitive. You know what? The game can get very repetitive, but they keep bringing new cars. These guys are bringing in a new car. I want to say about 4 new cars a year. Some unique, some very unique. And the beautiful part about this here is this was a nice little time waster in between working with cars. Somebody steps up and says, "Oh, I can't work with you right now." I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna sit over here for 15 minutes, play this video game, and that'll give you plenty of time to prepare for me to come over to train you. And I do like how Alex is like, "Oh my God, this is repetitive," and that repetitive thing, that's called farming. On every video game that we play, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, there's some type of farming, some kind of work that you got to put in. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually putting in some work. I need one more race. I'm trying to do this here before midnight. I'm actually racing against the clock right now. Try my best to get more bronze keys, because we're going to use these bronze keys tomorrow. Because tomorrow, aka 6 hours from now, I'm just going to go in, I'm going to buy the car. I think the car's going to be free. It's supposed to be an S15 Nissan. I didn't need to do this last race here. Did you car? Yes, I actually did get the car for the event. When I say the event, I'm referring to American Road Trip, which a couple videos ago, I was complaining that, oh my God, why is the game coming out so late? Until I realized that the game or the event came out on Labor Day, which is a driving holiday for most Americans. And I'm like, oh yeah, that so makes sense. Why not have American Road Trip on the day where most Americans are doing a road trip? That was pure genius. And I'm always telling people, make sure you do your daily events. And this is what I wanted. I knew they were going to be giving me some bronze keys. Cause bro man needs some bronze keys. So I'm sitting on 3,000. You can see it at the top of the screen. I'm going to show you. So we're sitting on, there we go. We're sitting on 3,000 of those, 1,000 of those, 33 of those gold keys. So that's what we got to make sure that we kind of hold on. Okay, so we're 3 minutes away from midnight, so midnight can actually show up now. I'm happy about that. Now, let's try to finish this event. It still says extreme. I'm going to run it and see what kind of numbers it's going for. And he's like screaming at, what did you put in this at? Then he said, Jesus. They're like, I don't know anyone named Jesus. Anyway, you're like, Jesus. Here's the catch. In the last 7 years, I've put $170. And 25 of that was because of a children's hospital car scheme that they were giving away for charity. And I was like, okay, I'll buy the freaking car for the kids. Wu-Tang is for the kids. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're actually about to finish this here. We're going to finish this here. So yeah, in the last 7 years, because I played this game since it actually came out, because when the game came out, the original CSR was still out there, and I was playing it. I mean, I was killing it. So here's the car that we're using right now. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some gas real quick. The Tiffany car that I have right now, it is still a weak vehicle. It is by no means powerful, but these last 2 to 3 races. Nope, 2 races. These last 2 races, are basically a tag team. And as a tag team, I shouldn't have a problem. Oh, the game's on hard. I like hard. Oh, hang on. Somebody said he's gonna respond. LOL. Okay, hang on. Let me go back up here and read here. The chosen one. I remember that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. Somebody's calling me. No. They're not calling me the chosen one. Okay, because that's a totally different video game. Yeah, does the car only have 4 gears? Yes, I believe the car only has 4 gears. Some of the realism that they did put into the game was literally making sure that some of these cars that were really old continue to have those old gears. So if somebody did ask me a question before, please re-ask it, because it's hard to scroll up on the smaller screen. Like this car here, this one only has 6 gears, which is nice. This car has not been tuned. I haven't really touched it since I got it a long time ago. It's been sitting around, again, not really doing a lot of customizations because a lot of these cars I already had in my collection. All I had to do was slap on some stage 6 parts. And of course I'm lazy, so I don't always tune these things. Ooh, that car is fast. Oh. Wow, that car is really fast. The car's really fast. What the heck was that? How bad was it? Okay, this is doable because I had a staggered start. So we're going to redo this here. Redo that. Oh, man, this is edgy. This is real edgy. So let's go in here and let's tune Mr. Gabanza over here. 8.4 as opposed to 8. Okay, so it's a little bit better. What about here? So we're just gonna do a slam fest and see. Ooh, slam fest is not gonna work for this guy here. 8.1. Ugh. Get back up there. 8.2. 8.1. I'll live with that. Tire pressure. Can't live with that. Bring it back. Yep, we gotta do some live tuning. Ooh, buddy, what are you doing? That's it. That's Michael Jackson. That's it. This is it. Did you retune for the 1/4? Is this a 1/4 mile? Cause I'm looking at the half mile. Wait a freaking minute. Let me get a pen. Write this down. See, that is the idiotic part about this game. It'll switch it up on you sometimes. It'll switch it up from a half mile to a 1/4 mile. Delayed start on that one too. That's okay. Just need to match up how many seconds. And that way I don't have to do any real math. It did it in 8.9 seconds. So I'm thinking that is a freaking 1/4 mile. Yeah, I've seen him do this before. That is incredibly fast. That is incredibly fast. This is a struggle. Hey, worse this time than I did last time. Yeah, that dude did 8.9. So let me go and check my thing over here and see where we at with this here. So it's after midnight, and look at that. New daily stuff has popped up. Let's see what we're doing over here. It's a large number of people watching right now. That's interesting. Cannot get a Porsche at the edge of being able to upgrade. We're not throwing any more gold into this here unless we absolutely have to. And I think the only gold we can do is, because I've done ads before earlier today, is tires. So it's going to be our little ace in the hole. If we can squeeze some more out of those tires, we'll definitely do that. But let's see. We are... No, that's a half. We're doing a half-mile race. Yeah, this is a half-mile race. So I am partially screwed on this one here. Like I said, I got a handful of stage 6 parts on here. This is where going to college makes a difference. We could critically think our way out of this here. Now you gotta see me go into ultra gameplay here. Intake. You have no Chevy intake parts available. That is interesting. You have lots for the tires though. Okay. I'm trying to critically think my way out of this here. That's what college is all about, people. Now without looking at the screen, you're just gonna see me do a whole bunch of tapping all over the place. And what I'm attempting to do right now is reduce actual. There we go. Now we're down to a 9.8. That's a good speed. Go ahead and apply that. And now we turn into a scavenger. Right now I'm not looking at the screen because I'm actually looking for some younger, less experienced Chevy vehicles. So you gotta excuse me while I just do some raw gameplay here, which means I have to scan over every one of these freaking cars. Freaking Dodges. I see a lot of freaking Dodges. Don't want to see all these Dodges right now. And Dodges and Audis everywhere. That Corvette, never touched it. Ford, Subaru, Nissan, Machiavelli. Why do you can't even pronounce that? Little Porsche, Super Snake, Huracan, DB11. So these are junk cars. Copa. Oop. Copa. Copa has some, see, but Copa is like expensive, and we will write this down real quick here. This is actually in garage number 57. Yeah, you're not gonna see a lot of people do this here, so sit back and relax and watch me tweak this bad boy. So I wrote down number 57 because that's the garage that we're gonna be in. Yeah, I know the turbo. So this is where we're going with this here. We need fusion parts. It's the only way we can really tweak this car out. So we got to get some fusion parts. There's our freaking NASCAR. Can't do anything with that because, again, it's a T5. Let's get out of here. There we go. There's a T4 Corvette over there. That looks tasty. You look real tasty, buddy. You're looking real tasty right now, buddy. Oh, yeah. You're looking real tasty right now, buddy. Yeah, you're useless to me anyway. There we go. What are you? It's a T4. Not the most expensive, but still pricey. This is sitting in garage number 42. I'm going to put down vet. There we go. 52 has a vet. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to use other cars as donors. And we're going to take those fusion parts off. As long as we don't go too far under $4,000 in gold, because that's what it's going to cost us. This will cost us gold. For those who are looking for a good T4 car, this car here is unusually good. It's the Lamborghini Urus. It's the current SUV, not the electric thing. So this actually has a real engine. This is a decent live racing car. Definitely say if you can get your hands on it, go for it. You'll be very pleased. And here's my KFC. It's really KRC, but I always call it the KFC. I thought this was good. It was decent as a live racer. It's got the deep dish wheels. I was really impressed with that, but unfortunately, I started getting my tail whooped a couple of weeks later. Like I was getting beat up like the bad kid on the playground that nobody liked. Not just the bad kid, but the bad kid that no one liked. Let's see, LC500, one of my favorite cars. Street Fighter. So one of the things that's upsetting me right now is I know there's like 3 Chevy Camaros sitting in this freaking game somewhere. They're stupid Camaros just sitting in this game somewhere that have fusion parts on them. And they have fusion parts on them because I put them on for Race Pass, saying, well, I'm not going to use these here. And what am I doing in the middle of the night? It's like midnight, and I'm hunting for fusion parts. We're already in the tier 2 cars. Interesting. There's another one. Okay, that's a 2020 and garage number 20. 2020 N20. That's humorous. Okay, so somebody's got to go to sleep tomorrow, go to work tomorrow. That someone is me. I am going to stop the hunt in just another moment. Yep, we're touching red. Okay, so now let's go back to Tiffany. The fastest way to get there is to jump over here, tap there, and tap here. Because Tiffany is our problem. She is our problem. This is literally a problem child here. So I think the tires, we already did the tires, and yep, we already did the tires, and we already did that. So we've done everything we can with this here. So the only thing we can do now is go for the fusion parts and slap on as much as we can. So the tires and the tranny is always going to be your biggest issue. Tires for grip. So we need at least 1 blue tire. So I'm going to put B. I need at least 1 of those for the tires. We know that's got to go down. Tranny? Nothing on the tranny. Engine? Ugh. Okay, so engine is going to be red. Wow. Red. This is going to be tire. Not really writing this down the way I really should be writing this down. The turbo is pretty much maxed out for what I already have. If I have to buy another piece, I'm not going to do it right now. And my intake is jacked. Intake, that's jacked. Yeah. Blue, I need at least 3 or 4 of them, so I'm going to put 4 down. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump over as fast as we can. Someone showed me that shortcut. Yeah, this is actually a very useless Corvette. Oh, shoot. Wrong button. Did I hit the wrong button? I hit the wrong button. It's okay. Give me 1 second. I saw this earlier today, but I made the same mistake. There we go. Much faster. Oh, look at Mello. Mello is like, oh, no. Mello, it's not what you think. Mello, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I'm not going to crush this car here. I am going to donor some of its parts. For those who play this game and know this game, one of the things that you have to understand is sometimes you do need to go in there and take some parts off of some cars and swap it with another vehicle. And I think that was the only thing I could get from this car. This car is not used that much. There we go. I want to come over here to Tiffany. Say hello to Tiffany. There we go. And I thought I had something else. Oh, there we go. Intake. That's what I thought. I thought I took some intake stuff out here too. So let me see where, because we are a bit jacked when it comes to intake. Hopefully this will be enough. I know, you know what, Duster? It's morning there for you now. Duster's like, good morning. Yeah, after 3 sessions, this is the 3rd session right here. We're finally breaking this down. We're down to the last couple of races, and we're just trying to shave off. There we go. Because Tiffany was the latest car, Tiffany was the problem. I think I went in there twice and tried to do a race. But I've got that purple Porsche this time that I raced up against. I know that's a lame duck car. I think it's slow to start and it gets a lot of momentum later on. Decent. Oh no! I'm still very stern on never strip a car. Try your best to take from the car if you can. The only cars I'm okay with stripping is the 302 Boss. The one Legends car. What? You got to be kidding me? At the very last second, you managed to scrape up a little bit of speed. Are you kidding me? It is not often that I say the game cheats, but in this particular case, I'm saying the game is cheating. Bring cars. Give me 1 moment. Let me try to actually hit the keys. Okay, that was a better run. I believe that car, I think both cars have been tuned at this point. So all I gotta do is just not be lazy. Don't be lazy. It's like a little bit after midnight here. That car is fast. Did you see how fast the other car just zipped up there? How fast was that? That can't be legal. That was insane. Yeah, we won, but I'm like Trump right now. I'm a sore winner. And of course, finally, we got the most gorgeous three things. My precious. We got some gold tokens for the elites. Oh my God, I want to cry. I want to cry right now. Oh man, you better be one of them nice-looking ladies. It's Jerry. What do you want, Jerry? Seriously, dude, what do you want? I'm not reading whatever you're saying. I'm not reading it. Game is hard. I'm drinking Sprite right now. Sprite limeade. Limeade, that's what they call it. Here we go. Made it to the fourth gear. Yeehaw. Zeno is back. Yeah, Zeno is back. Okay, so the next one's gonna be with the Stingray. Oh, this is gonna be a slaughterhouse. This is really gonna be a slaughterhouse here. So all we have to do, because this is all four cars together, is keep the momentum up so that Tiffany, with her slow behind, can get across the line at some point before the other car. Okay, that's still giving Tiffany some good range. That was a sloppy start on my part. None of these cars feel the same. None of them. I know, I'm right there. So what? Oh, that's racing up against a Gamera. Really? It sounded like a fly went by my ear, but it was actually the lightning speed of the Gamera. That's bad. That's real bad. That's really, really bad. That's really, really bad. We are half second. We're off by a half second. Challenging. Crap. I got Nissan things to do tomorrow. I don't want to deal with this tomorrow. So let's go in and find the Quentin. Oh, perfect. An ad that I really has no relevance to do with what we're doing right now. It's genius, guys. Absolute genius. So yeah, the answer is I did get the free car. So I've got one of the Quentin brother cars here and also another one right here. So technically I could strip one of those. That would be the only time it would be an okay thing to strip a car. That's the wrong car. That car has nothing on it. And if I do strip the car, I got to make sure I strip the right car. Okay, let's get in here. Let's see what's, a lot of meat on the bone over here. I mean, this brings into the question, how is this car doing so well before? Okay, so we have no tires. Okay, so tire is going to be an issue. And we got some people over there talking about this here. You got this, man. Honestly, I don't even strip cars. Yeah, I stopped stripping cars too. I don't mind duplicates. Duplicates will basically make your garage value go up. At this point, I am debating the stripping part myself, and that's exactly what. There we go. We're good. It was the Quentin car, the starting guy that was slow. That was the issue. It hadn't been upgraded. I got the parts for it and just never really touched it. Judging from what we're seeing here, Tiffany, if you look, she's got the orange shield. Basically, she can be tuned. We're not going to worry about that. We just picked up so much power from the Quentin guys, and I did forget to tune the Quentin car. It's a part-time hobby of mine. Forgetting to tune. Sluggish but powerful. We made it. The garage value doesn't do much for you, but to other people who are looking for a gamer to join their crew, they can see what you spent overall. And the number is going to be always a humongous number. So having a large number will actually make it appear that you have more value, that you played the game for a while. Even if your rank is not the best, just try to remind me once we're done with this here to show you what my standing is, and that way you'll be able to see what other people are doing as well. Okay, still very sloppy driving on my part, but I like hard. We're gonna make it. We're actually gonna make it. It's not saying extreme. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, got it. That was a serious pain. Points rack up. There's my 5 in gold. So now I have 58 in gold. No, 38 in gold. Forgot I actually had to spend gold this morning. Look at that. It feels like 1993 all over again. I remember there was so many teal green Z28s. I like the kit on here. We did not have this kit available. This was not available back in the 90s because look at the way look at that. You see, let me zoom in on that. That is nice because it looks slimming. I like this so much. You know what I'm doing? I'll put my name on this here. Give me a second. Let's put my name on this here. Yeah. I know. Let's go ahead and hang on. Show me your fuel injector. Oh, ooh, look at that. Got the air filter on top. Oh, I don't know why the engine looks like that. That is not the way the engines used to look back in the day. What is that? That's not. It's a 350 hidden under all that plastic. And an alternator. Okay, we're still gonna put our name on this here. What in the world? Oh, a mono exhaust. Really? Why? Man, give me a second here. I think I got a slight glitch here. Yep, I think I got a glitch. No, it's not a glitch. There we go. I can spell my name. So yeah, in a few hours we will be getting the S15 here. The GR is pretty. Yeah, the GR, the supers, all the supers except for the tier 3 super are fast. I'll tell you that right now. So we got this car here. I was talking to dude. We were talking about garage values. Let me go ahead and claim this here. Let me go give it to the crew real quick. There we go. They're gonna love that. There we go. So as we... Oh no, we're gonna go back. Go back. Cabanzo. See where am I? I am number 2. Yeehaw. Um, so yeah, one of the reasons why a lot of people want to beef up their garage value is it shows that you are a worthy player, that you are the chosen one. Did I misspell my name? Oh yeah, I sure did. Nuca. I actually stole this here from my uncle. It's a stolen name. There we go. So as you can see, this is how much I've actually earned in the game. So if I pop up other people's gamer tags, let's go for Fred. There's got to be 1,000 people named Fred in here. So of all the people named Fred that have played the game, most of these Freds I don't want to deal with. But this Fred right here, this Fred with the level 47, that guy, he's put down 20 million in earnings. I mean, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I see 3 good Freds in here. And then you see Fred, 796 million, level 258. That's a Fred that you want on your team. That dude right there. Now that guy, I send that guy an invite. Say, hey, come join the crew. I wouldn't do that in real life. But yeah, that's one of the reasons for having a high garage value. At the same time, I do say this a lot, but I'm so serious about this here. My man Jerry and this race pass, this is a resource thief. They will steal your resources, and the only way you can do that is to have the bulky amount of cars. So when you saw me going through all those cars, I'm looking not for the T5 cars to take from. I'm looking for the lower end cars, the T1 cars. The T1 cars are going to have green and blue. The T2, the 3 and above are going to start having the red fusion parts. Those are the cars that I want to take from as much as possible. I know I got a couple of Camaros in here that I could have taken from, but I just didn't have the time to find it because it's getting closer to 1 o'clock in the morning, and bro, I got to go to bed. I got to go back to bed, put the CPAP on, and breathe filtered air. It's going to be exciting. Before live ends. So I'm not going to do that. That is where I draw the limit with the race pass. Because if I had pushed the race pass, I knew this is something that pops up all the time. But if I had pushed it to today to get the gold crate thing, I would have done it while trying to get Tiffany. But didn't happen that way. And we only have 2 more days and 5 hours before the next week of race pass starts, and this is where I am right now. For the most part, I am at a good chill mode. I'm not going to save a huge amount of money on upgrading the S15. I may or may not do anything with this car. I don't know how useful this car is going to be, so I won't really touch this car that much right now. But not the stage 6. What are we looking for? Oh, universal parts. So, looks like I'm totally screwed. Yeah, I'm jacked. I burnt so much because of Tiffany that all I have left is 1 stage 4 part in universal. So I'm only gonna save about 400,000. Yeah, I'm only gonna save about 400,000 in-game cash because I pretty much screwed everything else. This is the only thing I have available, so it'll be the only discount. And I also have some green and blue fusion parts available. That's actually a good thing too, because for some reason I don't have a lot of Nissan fusion parts. I just don't. It's weird. Something I discovered about a month or so ago. Oh, IndyCar is there. Huh. IndyCar is there. Look at that. Got the slot for it. Where is the Nissans? Where's the Nissan? There it is. Yeah, I don't have a lot of Nissan parts. I'm starting to collect some now, very recently, but still not as many as I really wanted. I burned through PC. Yeah. Yeah, I ate through mine. Those universals. I mean, when you're dealing with a time clock, you start eating that stuff up. It's like, forget saving. We're eating this today. Like desserts first. So we are done. We have the Camaro. This must be a really exotic, updated. Yeah. Oh my God. That is not the way these cars look like on the inside. That is not the way these cars look like on the inside. I mean, it's still nice, but I've got to do an entire day where all we do is augmented reality, because this would be a nice car to do the AR and see how everything looks. See a little bit of a stance here too, like a little bow-legged. It's not bad. And I know somebody said something about the wide body. Like this car came that way. This car came that way. Okay. So I am done for the day. I want to say good night to everyone who hung in there. At some point, we actually had almost 200 people in here, if not more than 200 people. Glad everybody got a chance to see me push this to the end. Oh crap, I just realized I have not finished this here. Today is Monday. I can do this in the morning. It's not a big deal. That's not gonna hurt me. I can do that on the bus. I'm gonna take an early bus today. This is not an open invite for everybody to try to find me on live, but we do need to do 2 quick live races. Like, it's gotta happen. We gotta do this. Gotta do this right now. So do not run to your phone, your computers and phones and stuff and try to get online. Where's my freaking car? Looking for the Beamer. Ah, there you go. It's in 68. My favorite car in this game, I will be on at the earliest noon Eastern Standard Time, noon, aka New York. That's if everybody shows up to work today. They should not. Everybody should be drinking Pepto. My favorite car in the game is, I don't know, I still want to say the Focus RS. The RS Focus is still one of my favorites. Jean Bugatti, another one of my favorites. And the Mitsubishi Evolution, or Evo. Because I actually considered looking around for one of those cars. Didn't necessarily have to be the Evo. Just wanted that freaking Lancer. Where's this guy going? Where's he think he's going? Oh, that guy's winning. That's what he's doing. Couldn't do it. Oh, I did do it. I thought I lost that one. Good job, loser, by fly. Race a real person for money. Whoa, see, I don't race real people for money anymore. It's a bad thing. I don't race anymore. Don't do that. barely push a V6 car now. But if you're referring to the game, I'm totally down with. Oh, that car is choking. That's why he keeps losing. That car is choking at the end. It's like his nos is like fizzling out. Cause like, why is he doing 129? Because the car slows down because it's literally running out of gas. That's horrible. Yeah, he's like running out of gas at the end. It's like, that's so bad. You should get a refund for that. Yeah, something was off with that car. I don't know what it was. Whether maybe he was downshifted at the end thinking that he won and he was trying to hide his cheating or something. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe his nos just kind of like ran out. That was on me right there. It's totally my fault. No, that was the best that I could do. That guy was doing 13.7. This car cannot do anything beyond 13.8. So yeah, that was Gillette right there. The best a man can get. All right, that's the end. That's all I wanted to do was just go on ahead and get my other 10 silver keys and let the clock pass me on by a little bit. There we go.